What is up, everybody? Spidey here, and as always, I hope you're having a marvelous day. I know I am. I'm with my friend Manu. What is up, buddy?
Hello, my friend. How are you? How are you?
You know, I've never felt closer to you than I do right now.
It's interesting, right? I can almost feel your energy. The gravitational pull of the Spidey hit is
It's
somewhere
good.
nearby.
Well, you know, I'm feeling a little spicy tonight. I got my oven pizza here, which is great. And do you know who made it for me?
No, who made the pizza for you?
It's a surprise.
Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Parker. I'm
Who's
just
that?
a neighborhood Spider-Man.
It's not Spider-Man.
It's me.
It's
It's me.
the one and only Dave.
West Coast
What?
Avengers. Hi, everybody.
Holy smokes, he's with Dave. I am with Dave. I am with my friend Dave. Hold on, we're gonna let Dave get his channel up and running, and I'm gonna get him into the stream because we're having a good time tonight.
We are. Matt says,
Marvel
how dare
show.
you interrupt? How dare you interrupt our chat
Here we
with
go.
some video, guys?
Hold on.
Now I'm here.
Let's get him in here. All right, we're gonna have a little bit of an echo just for a second.
Hi, Manu.
Hello, hello. Just for echo's sake, we need a little bit. Oh, they muted everything. Friends, thank you for humoring me for that additional 30 minutes. That's right, Bishopism. It's party time. Trip, what's going on? Marvelous Cards, hello. Armando said, let's go back to chat stream. I really enjoy chat stream, man. We should just get a massive group text going. Are we going to get Spicy Dave as well? We are. Look, do you think they think we can hear them? I don't think they think we can hear them. I'll take Manu and text chat. Oh, that's sweet. Back to the Manu show, already in progress. We're already back to the Manu show. Minutia? Isn't that a bad thing? Doesn't that mean we got tired of the Manu show? Let's not say that. I take it back. You hear that? I rewound. The trio is here. It is. One day I'll join these guys in real life. Oh, I did meet Dave once. I hugged Dave a few times. So that was fun. Dave is usually spicy anyways. That's true. You should hear some of our phone calls. Oh, that's why we're doing a podcast, William, because Dave and I get real spicy. True Blue, what's going on, my man? This is the first Marvel show since MentalCon. And so I wanted to congratulate you, my friend. That's incredible. You raised, what, $21,000? And you went on for 24 hours with all of our friends. So that was remarkable. What? Yeah. Wait.
Well, there we go.
You couldn't hear us that whole time, could you?
We've been chatting.
No, and it was just fine, guys. We were having an all right time over here. They're muted, Bobby. They were.
YouTube channel. Yeah, I guess so.
It's a bit of a takeover.
We can't hear them. Well, we were suspecting it. It was Manu that didn't know that he couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I said, do you think they think we can hear them? And then I just kept talking. That's literally what happened.
Yeah. Manu Minotti taking over. That's right. Yeah, we were muted.
I will say, tonight is a bit of a takeover. Oh, whoa. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
How many of these can you throw up on the screen at once?
We have 5 of them up on the screen.
What a magical moment. That was beautiful. I will say it is a bit of a takeover, right? Because it's basically a Justin sandwich. I mean, in the most acceptable way possible. You got a little Manu, you got a little Dave, and our energies with Justin stuck in the middle. He's in trouble tonight, guys.
It's multiple men. I know I'm in trouble because I know what Dave asked me right before the show started. I'm not saying it. He's not saying it.
I won't say it, but Manu, I'll tell you. We'll talk about it later. Okay. There's a word that I want Justin to say in my presence, just not on stream.
What a tease! It's probably one of my favorite words. So
yeah.
I can't wait for the day that all 3 of us are on the stream together.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Ridiculous. It's gonna be.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna happen. Obviously, it's the weight on my shoulders because it's not because you guys aren't allowing it to happen. It is me. I'm the bottleneck, if you will.
Right.
And I'll hop on a plane one day.
There we go. It is, as Thanos said, inevitable.
It is inevitable. We're going to make it happen.
Oh, there we go.
Bishopism says demonetized for gang signs. At first, I thought he was saying something about demons. I was like, no, this is the other Manu Minotti. No.
It is the real gang sign.
Is this a gang sign?
Oh, I can't do it. See, my this finger doesn't go down.
I understand.
Yeah, that's the I don't know. Yep. Yeah.
Well,
card gangs.
First, I want to say,
Mr. Collector, what's up?
First, I want to say thank you for letting me hang out.
Of course.
We're spending the night together.
I'll leave that one.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's really sweet.
I'm on my way to Canada, and Dave offered his home, and I was like, it's just going to work out where we're going to do the show live Tuesday night right here.
But there was one caveat. He has to sleep in my closet full of actual spiders.
He's going to be fine with that. Yeah.
feels like home.
He's going to be hoping to get bit by one of the special ones. It's going to be fantastic.
It was funny. Dave is literally picking me up from the airport, and I'm posting YouTube content on the curb.
He is. This is real. This is a real thing.
I believe it, man. I believe it indeed. I believe it. You're lucky that you didn't let me be on the screen while you were away, because I would have had a full-on QVC episode here. You know, Ryan even egged me on. He said, "Hey, are you selling any wizards today? I've got 15 wizards stacked up for tomorrow because I'm doing a live sale with Dave."
That's right. Double 2 days in a row, double trouble.
Look, the Dave Cave. That's good. Andrew said that. The Dave Cave.
The thing is, guys,
DC.
That we care about. The thing is I'm all for Manu selling, and I would be happy for him to sell on the stream. But when money's involved, I lose him. Like, he doesn't listen to me. The whole conversation that I'm having goes a different direction.
Because if I listen to you, it costs me money. I start buying this box and that box.
There you go.
I want it to go the other way.
You know, it must be the money.
It must be the money.
If you want to go and take a ride with me. Oh, I get to sing on this stream.
Goodness gracious, I didn't know you could
Hey,
sing.
they wanted singing. VP asked for singing, and Marvel Madness tried to get me to do it, and I couldn't.
Listen.
I said, I couldn't do it. Oh, Eric Grove, hello. How are you? Marvel Madness said I'll start at $50. I'm not sure what he's bidding on, but the bidding starts at $50, and it's going until the end of the stream. So whatever it ends at,
That's one night.
I'll make sure it's worth your money.
Right. One night with Dave. I'm not a cheap date, though. There's going to be bacon, and there's going to be a lot.
Okay, wait. We got never mind.
You said bacon? I hope it's Spider Ham, so that I never have to see that guy again.
Why does he hate Spider Ham so much?
Because you turned Spider-Man into a pig. Why did you turn Spider-Man into a pig? I don't want Spider-Man to be a pig.
That's not true.
What happened?
He was bit by a radioactive pig.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that really what happened in that universe?
You should read Marvel Tales #1.
That's funny.
Well, I got something over there I want to show off in a little bit. It's right over
that
there.
piece is worth $500.
It is.
I'll sell the other slice for $250, but I'm definitely eating the first one.
By the way, I'd like to just prove Justin wrong right now. 73 people in here. You were like, I'm not sure. Wait, hold on. He said, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how many people are going to be in the chat.
Yeah, this is hilarious. Wait a second, guys. I got to interrupt. This might be about money. Ryan, when you said what with the question mark and an exclamation mark, what were you talking about? Just let me know. All right, back to the show. Neo, rough time for Team East Coast. What does that mean? What does that mean?
You're talking about the time.
Yeah. Team East Coast. Yeah.
Oh, like literally time, rough time.
And since there's no playoff basketball on, he has no reason to be awake right now.
There's literally no.
Hey, Neo, can I say something? Should I say something? Will I say something? Am I going to say what I'm about to say? I'm going to say it. Neo, everyone watch Neo's video. Neo, I don't know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it. It's probably going to get me in trouble. Neo did a video. He has an interview with the CGC guys. You know how much I love that. So everyone go watch it. Everyone go watch the interview so we can hear the CGC guys tell us everything that we expect them to tell us already. But it's fantastic because Neo's hosting it, and Neo was able to ask whatever questions he wanted to. I don't believe he was paid to do it. So watch the video. I watched some of it. And then when they started talking like I expected them to talk, I stopped. But I love Neo, and I let it keep playing because I wanted YouTube to see that the whole thing got played through because Neo. So everyone go watch Neo's channel.
Can I make an addendum to that since you're my friend and you're supposed to watch my videos? I made a CGC video. I was a little more.
Oh, I watched your CGC video. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was a little red hot this weekend on CGC.
Here's what's hilarious about well, you go ahead, Justin, and I'm going to talk about Dave's video.
Well, yeah, so a couple of things, because I do want to talk about CGC's announcement regarding, their grading scale changes and their label changes. but I do need permission from Neo. I don't have to have permission, but I respect him. I sent him an edited video of his video earlier today, and I might actually play it for the stream, but I want Neo's permission to do it.
He was not paid. He was
and we're announcing again, Neo was not paid. He's saying it here. We've said it because that's the facts. Neo was not paid. Neo's just in a really interesting position in the community, much like Justin, where they can communicate these things in a unique way. And so that's why they're selected and appreciated to do those sorts of things. And he also said to Justin, Neo, you do whatever you want. No, he said, Justin, you do whatever you want. Neo said, go ahead and post the video.
Airdrop to this.
I'm going to be nice. I'm just feeling left out because no one calls me to interview them. That's all it is.
I really need to know why CGC is using a blade on the back of my comics to get the comics out of the bag.
Here's what we're going to talk about. So Dave does this video where he did a pre-screen, right? And he did fine on the pre-screen, but not as well as he would have liked. You watch it, it's a fun video. The entire video is Dave sort of upset about everything that CGC is doing, and with every bag, because what they do is, and I think this is like what Justin told us.
You're going to find in there.
Sorry,
what happened?
Sorry, we're chatting.
Oh, it's like what Justin told us about CGC or PSA. I don't remember. One of the grading companies, they like rip the sleeve open rather than pull the car out. They cut it. And so Dave sent a bunch of books, obviously comic books, and they're bagged and boarded with tape. But they don't remove the tape. What they do is they cut through the thing so it has a safe split. And that really upset Dave. So it's a fun video to watch.
Because when you think about it, what's safer? Taking the extra, not even the extra second, taking the second to take the painter's tape off, which comes off easier than anything, or take a blade and put it anywhere near a comic. There's no choice. It's like, hey, would you like me to cut your hair with a really sharp scissor or use a buzzer? What's going to be safer? The buzzer.
No, I hear you. Not everyone uses painter's tape, though. I know that's like insane, but
let me just say something. If CGC was run by cyborgs, maybe then they wouldn't have the the whole human part of choice and the vision to see that it's painter's tape.
Hey Justin, we're done with this one. Oh, okay, good. It just said I was not paid for like 15 minutes.
Yeah. Derek knows. Why are they cutting? Why?
I don't know. Can we pull it up?
Yeah. What do you want to do? Present?
I want to present that video.
Oh, video's being presented.
Downloads.
You don't want that Comic Tim video, right?
No, we can do that.
All right, let's go.
Is
here.
it?
That's it. Yeah.
All right. Open.
Someone left a comment last week and they were like, why is Manu so mad? He doesn't even grade cards with CGC. And at the very beginning of last week's video, my first sentence is, and I'm not upset because I didn't spend any money grading cards with CGC. Literally what I said. So, I hope our friend gets to watch the entire video. What are you laughing about?
Comment.
Which one?
You could dub everything over. You could dub over everything the CGC guy said with screaming goat noises, and you'd end up with the same feeling of crushing depression.
Yeah.
Sadly, I'm about to make it worse. I'll figure out how to do this. Hold on 1 second.
You're about to play the edited version of Neo's video.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'll be back after this is over, guys. Commercial break.
Label is going to grow in time with people, and it still says CGC at the top, so you're still going to have that semblance between your comics and your cards. Obviously, having them both in the blue labels would be ideal, but again, if you look at how many collectibles we get submitted, Marvel represents a very small fraction of that, unfortunately. But obviously, Marvel's one of the biggest things we love in this building and all these buildings is seeing all those Action 1s and then the Amazing Fantasy 14s and things come through, all that really cool stuff. Obviously, Marvel's one of the biggest things we love in this building and all these buildings is seeing all those Action 1s and then the Amazing Fantasy 14s and things come through and all that really cool stuff. But again, I think they're going to start putting them side by side and be like, you know what, I can live with this. This looks good. But again, complexity is the biggest thing we wanted to focus on and making it the least complex possible.
I love you. I love
Did
you.
he say AF-14? I didn't catch that until
He
True Blue said it.
he
in
said,
chat.
obviously Marvel is one of the biggest things we love. We love those action ones.
Yeah, and
you know,
those AF-14s.
those first Superman.
We love Marvel because Superman and Marvel go hand in hand these days.
And then the AF-14. I messaged Neo. I was like, Neo, how did you not edit that out for that guy? That was so
Man, Neo just doing what Neo's supposed to do. He's supposed to let
Left
that
him
stuff
hanging.
stay in there. That's real
Yeah.
reporting, Neo. Hats off to you, Neo. Real reporting.
let them put their gun in their holster and
Hey,
shoot themselves in the foot.
That'll teach them to not pay him.
Hey guys, we got some spicy hits tonight.
Spicy
Justin
hits.
delivered.
Oh, I couldn't believe.
All right,
I'm
run it
sitting
one
there
more,
watching it.
Justin, one more time. Run it one more time. I'm in for this one. I
All right,
thought you were gonna play some other stuff. I'm in.
No,
Do it
no,
again.
you got it.
I think the black label is going to grow in time with people, and it still says CGC at the top, so you're still going to have that semblance between your comics and your cards. Obviously, having them both in the blue labels would be ideal, but again, if you look at how many collectibles we get submitted, Marvel represents a very small fraction of that, unfortunately. But obviously, Marvel's one of the biggest things we love in this building and all these buildings is seeing all those action ones and then the amazing fantasy 14s and things come through and all that really cool stuff. But obviously, Marvel's one of the biggest things we love in this building and all these buildings is seeing all those action ones and then the amazing fantasy 14s and things come through and all that really cool stuff. But again, I think they're going to start putting them side by side and be like, you know what, I can live with this. This looks good. But again, complexity is the biggest thing we wanted to focus on and making it the least complex possible.
Here's the thing. Very quickly. Marvel represents a little bit. Well, why don't you do the thing that you do? Alienate the people that love Marvel so that fraction gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And then all you have is just action ones being graded.
Marvel action ones. Cardboardology and I exclusively collect Marvel action ones. We're going to corner the market.
There actually is Marvel Super Action #1. It's a reprint.
Okay. Keith says, I need this 30 to 45 second clip and I need to post and repost. Yes, I'm going to do the same because that is hilarious. I feel a little bad, but you know what? We got to have some fun too. All right.
Sure.
We got to have some fun too. Neo does very, very, very politely say here, without any punctuation of any sort, he doesn't work on the comic side. I'm still going to have fun with it. I'm still going to enjoy the fact.
So my response to Neo was like, dude, his Pokemon is hanging out.
His Pikachu showing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, that was the thing last week, wasn't it, or somewhere? Anyway, that's hilarious.
Well, I was like,
Ron, what
look, and I get that he's, I think, admittedly not like that into Marvel, and he was attempting to represent CGC's overall position on Marvel.
Yeah, I get what he was saying. Yeah.
And look, and live is hard for some people. Like doing real live video that's not going to be unedited like Neo did. I know it's easy for you.
It's easy for you too.
But it's not always easy for everyone.
Sure.
And so there's some things I've said. Look, even in the video I just posted, I was like, you can find these at Upper Deck and Walmart. And I meant to say Target and Walmart. Like,
I gotta let you know. I did tell everybody that you and Upper Deck merged, hence the delay.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Very spicy.
Look,
yeah.
I've already improved baby. It if the delay's only 20 minutes. I've already improved the company. So
that you certainly did. The stock is up.
And he added me.
I'm actually comfortable pumping the stuff now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, but still, if you're gonna go and talk about Marvel and talk about something that a big part of your company does, even though it's a fraction, you should at least kind of know something.
It was, and my thought was, it's like, okay, you were making a big point, right?
Yeah.
And you messed up the most important comic.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
But their biggest screw up is that they are they're saying we don't care about Marvel without saying that sentence, because when you
Yeah.
say it represents a small fraction, you're telling that small fraction right then and there that that's all you're ever going to be, because we don't care enough about your voice to change his life. Like, it streamlining something doesn't work for everybody if everybody doesn't want it streamlined. And there is a huge group of people sitting in this chat. This is 94 people that can agree this is stupid. And we will put our money where our mouth is then.
Well, you would hope we would, but like we kind of don't most of the time.
I'm actually not. So
I did a 1-year strike. You guys remember 1 year, no grading.
You did. So I'll say this: I was actually pleased and disappointed at the same time that he said, "Hey, look, Marvel's just not big enough from the trading card grading standpoint for it to move the needle on how we're going to set up our grading process."
Yeah.
So I had some respect for that, because it was an honest statement, right? It's hard to hear, as a Marvel fan who really thinks there's no reason why it shouldn't be a bigger hobby, but it's just not. Okay.
Truth is the truth.
The truth is the truth. And I do think, as someone who runs a process driven business in my company, streamlining, predictability is a huge part of what I do personally. So I can't knock that. We've talked about it on this show about the leadership that needs to be in place to create a more streamlined experience that's predictable and repeatable for the consumer. But then to mess up the two big comics while you're talking about your love for Marvel, it is not a great look at all.
No.
And Neo just kept a straight face, man. I went back and I was like, the whole time it's tough, but we all say things that we wish we didn't say. And if
that's true.
If you're on camera as much as we are, there's probably more of it there than we realize.
But let me tell you, Justin, like, I'm so glad that you caught it and clipped it and brought it to us.
Yeah, have a little fun with it.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I am taking that and posting it everywhere. That's going to be the first reel that gets 100K views on our Instagrams. All right, let's go.
It's just funny to me, like, when you're talking about how, like, something's a small portion of your business and you actively keep it small by, doing the one thing that Neo don't like.
Yeah, I want to get to what Neo's saying.
Yeah, let's hear about that, Neo.
Oh, I want some pizza. Dang.
Let me get you. I'll you know what? I'll put one in the microwave for you. I'll click the menu button and it'll be in your microwave in 10 minutes.
Thank you.
I'm magic.
There's a lot of comment. Okay. So they did say that they're looking to do custom labels, and they indicated that this is going to help. Whatever they've been doing is going to help with licensing issues and being able to use images on it. It's going to improve their signature series that they're wanting to do. But they didn't really say, at least I didn't hear that they're going to like bring back the blue labels. I did not hear that. I heard custom labels.
They're going to do custom labels, and we will be pushing each other out of the way for them. Oh, he's saying, and once they do, we're all going to be buying them.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
So
I
know. To our Marvel card fans, there's been some like decisions on, hey, what do I send in for grading? Is this my last chance to get a blue label? It sounds like it may not be. Oh, he says it will not be a blue label. Or mine.
Wow.
Well, I know I put a shipment together today with my friend Daniel. We got it sent out. It's going to be my last batch of blue labels then.
Marvelous packs, like the impression I did of you, which is the first time I've ever done an impression of you.
Oh, well,
I
good.
can try it again if it doesn't ruffle your feathers too much.
No.
Oh, I got to go on Do Not Disturb mode. That almost.
Yeah, I just did that too.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just why. Yeah, I don't get it. You've got 14 different labels for comics. You got your purple, you got your green, you got your blue, you got your yellow, you got your yellow with blue, you got your yellow with green. Just make the Marvel cards a blue label and leave them alone.
Yeah, it kind of feels like the grading scale is what they wanted to make uniform. Like that was the most important change. The whole idea of tearing a different label off before sticking it in the slab seems like a generally easy fix, but maybe grading skills, top line uniformity, and the second step is obviously what's the other word for uniformity? Why do I keep using that anyway? Uniformity. No, I'm using the same word for the sake of uniformity, Dave. All right. But yeah, what?
He's trying to do.
Hi, I'm Justin. Welcome to the Marvel Show. Everybody, I just want to say it's really marvelous to see you. I'm with my friend Dave, West Coast Avengers, and I really love Marvel.
Y'all.
I just needed to be I needed to meet you to do the impression.
To be able to do it?
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to do a Dave in a minute.
No, you just gotta
scream.
Yeah, just like wave your arms around and be like, ah!
No. Oh, let's see. We got some more comments here. Yep, you did that. So Matt says I sent over 200 character cards to them. Then they announced this, so my future cards will be different. Oof. And what he's talking about is he's collecting a very particular character,
right?
And now his character collection is going to be mixed slabs,
which is what he avoided doing.
Yeah,
and you could avoid doing, but now you have to really rethink what you want to collect. I mean, I know what Manu would say. He would say PSA.
Yeah, I would. I mean, yeah.
Which I get. Like, I think the only ugly slabs are like the weird ones, the ones that nobody really cares for. But I'm more of a Legions guy.
Hey, I'm a fan, man. He's part of the family. Obi Din is asking me. He said, "How do you feel about the new label?" I don't remember if you were fond of the blue label. I had my criticisms about certain details. I would have designed the blue label differently. I don't mind the blue label. I would have designed its elements very differently, in fact, and it would have looked better had I done so. But I actually like this boring black and white label. I'm not opposed to it, but that opinion of mine is developed through pictures. I've never actually held one of the graded sports cards or anything with that label in it, so I don't know what I'm going to think in person. But generally speaking, I don't mind it. But take that with a grain of salt, because I don't even mind this label. So, for what it's worth, boring, simple labels work for me. Bright, animated labels generally don't. So I might actually prefer the new label more than the old label. But it doesn't matter. I was never upset about label changes. I just don't like when there's a rug pull. That's all.
Yeah, to me, this is like less to do about the label and more to do about the lack of respect for the Marvel card comic community with trading cards when they did their live video, and they never even mentioned Marvel cards and the impact this change was going to have on it. I believe there might have been a Marvel card sitting in the background, but it was 100% focused on sports and TCG primarily. They even had garbage pail kids on the table. And,
like how you almost stopped at just garbage.
Yeah, it was just tough, and to know what has gone on behind the scenes to put all that together, and to know the work that our friend Fausto has put in to put all that together. That's
Christopher's naming a lot of really great pizza places in the Bay Area, so I'm really interested in. Anyway, sorry, I just got distracted.
You know what? I'm going to say something spicy. The only good label is no label.
No label.
Keep your cards raw.
I mean, there's time for that and time for not that.
Justin, sorry to cut you off. Yeah, please carry on.
Yeah. So anyway, just that was the part that it was upsetting to me. I applaud them for taking efforts to improve. Like, I may not like it, but I do applaud what appears to be the effort. I'm not going to judge the new slab and label it to a whole one in hand.
Fair.
I'm not going to do that. All right. So we got a statement here. Southern Hobby saying that the release date of 2023 Marvel Masterpieces is August 30th. I do not have the ability to see what Southern Hobby has, because you have to have a login to get in to see it. If you don't, I don't know how else to see it. So I'm really curious. Do you have a login? Or do you have a card shop? Is that how you're seeing it? The person that I do talk to that does have a Southern Hobby account, I've talked to up till this morning. And
we got a Pack Heights native in here. When can I visit, my friend? When can I visit? I got some words for a few of your neighbors. I need to raise some funds, but you let me know when I can come hang with you. Sorry, back to you. Pacific Heights is like where all the billionaires live in San Francisco. It's beautiful. You drive up
Oh, yeah,
Broadway, you hit this
I have a
area,
house
you never
there.
accept.
Yeah.
Oh, you got one too?
Yeah.
What's
I
the
have a house
Oracle guy's
there.
name? Larry Ellison. Yeah, I live next door to Larry Ellison. He actually bought
I have
two
a
of them.
house
I bought the
there.
third one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've also have a house in what's it called? Pacific Place in Los Angeles too. Yeah, I
There's
live.
a
I just have
Pacific
houses
Place?
all over the Pacific Ocean. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. I get it. I bathe in your backyard. Yeah.
Okay.
He said Gordon Getty, but don't you mean Gordon Gecko? Who's Gordon Getty?
Probably owns the Getty Museum.
Greed is good.
Mm.
Mm.
Calm down there,
So-
Michael Douglas.
It's a line from a movie. Exactly. He was Gordon Gecko in Wall Street. One of the
Yeah.
greatest movies of all time. Point
classic.
blank period.
100% a classic.
Yes.
All right, we got like.
All right, let's catch up.
Yeah.
Let's catch up here. What's happening?
They want a sports label for everything. Bummed I'm going to miss the blue label. Wanted some cards to match my CGC graded comics. You got till
Right.
We heard July 10th. The interview with here was July 11th. So you got a little time there. Remember, there's a holiday. So
A pot crack. Yeah, I do live next to Barbie in Malibu. Yeah, me, Ken, and Barbie all share a neighborhood.
look, I'm not a one grading company guy. I got cards that go off in different directions depending on the cards, depending on how it's going to go in my collection, how I think the card's going to look in it, if it's something I'm trying to resell one day. But to me, I get why some people they want
Uniformity.
yeah. And I'm not knocking that. But I do think there's some usefulness to having kind of a broader decision-making process when you're deciding which cards you're going to grade where.
Well, coming from a standpoint of somebody that never graded cards until CGC started grading cards, I liked them. I was getting ready to do my next submission, and now I'm not. I'm just not.
I wonder if that's true. I wonder if you're ever going to submit with CGC again or not.
I probably won't. I have no reason to. They were, from a seller standpoint, I kept some of the slabs for myself. I did a 25 card bulk submission, influenced by Neo, #influencer. But no, I liked what he did. So I did the same thing. I made a video and I did a 25 card submission, having never graded a single card in my entire life. I was like, I've been around cards for 30 years. I think I could figure out what's going to be what. I did really well. I got a bunch of 10s, even the Magneto hologram from X-Men. And I 10 that.
Sick.
And
did I know that? That's actually really sick.
Probably before we were kind of all talking. I was on the
show.
show.
Oh, okay. Magneto hologram from 90MU?
No, from X-Men.
Oh,
X-Men.
Gosh.
Yeah, no. And so
the 90MU.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to get that lucky.
Buy a car.
But I really enjoyed it. I like the way the slabs look, but for me, it was about keeping a couple. I slabbed a couple McFarlane cards, and then it was about doing some giveaways with the ones that came like 8 or 9, and then selling a bunch. And my selling point was, hey, check these out. These are awesome. These look just like the comics that we all get slabbed. And it was great. I sold every single one I wanted to. I gave away a bunch, and it was a selling tool for me, and it got people really excited. And now what's to be excited about? There's nothing.
Right.
All right. So,
if
you want to expound on that, that's great. So I do want to get to Forrest Moon's comment here because I got some thoughts about it. He said, talking about CGC, limited thinking, especially for a pop culture business. They cornered the Marvel card market, then dropped it because it was not big enough. Grow your business. What about the future? Do the work. There's and I think we've talked about on the stream. I know I've talked about it in my personal life, personal life. What it's the disruption model where you actually start from the bottom, and that's how you disrupt the big companies. And I could give you examples that would bore you, but if they were to say, you know what, we already have we're known as the comic book grading company, period. And we're going to disrupt the trading card market through Marvel cards because number one, it's at the bottom. He said it's the smallest, but they could own it and dominate it. They gave it like the particular attention that community wants. That would really help, galvanize that community grading with CGC and build value in the slabs. And like you could work your way up to the top faster through there than trying to take on the behemoth in sports. Like, and to me, like you would probably have more success. And there's more growth potential in the sense of like where Marvel is and where it could be compared to where sports is and where well, maybe I'm wrong. I know Fanatics is going to have some stuff to say about that. But,
Oh yeah.
It just seems to me like they definitely don't want to take their eye off of Marvel if they're not, if they're really want to disrupt the trading card market overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's there's Marvel's not going anywhere.
Yeah, like a good example is like Rocket Mortgage. Like no one wanted to do an online mortgage 10 years ago because doing mortgages is a miserable process for most people. And think about doing it online with some kid right out of college who's never can't even spell mortgage, doesn't even know that it has 2 G's, like was miserable. Mm-hmm. Now they're the number one mortgage originator in the country. But they started where no one else wanted. It's the disruption model. You start at the bottom and you work your way up and disrupt the whole industry. And so, anyways, but that's just my way of seeing it.
Sean, I'm excited to see what you get back, but we can have our own little show when you get that stuff back. Mm-hmm. The McFarlane thing was cool, even though they dropped the ball on the custom label on the slabs.
Yeah, it did. McFarlane did work out
on the comics. I mean,
one is a lot. I mean, they graded a lot.
Yeah.
Rivalry says it's a little contradictory that there was a lot of hype around the release of CGC non-gaming trading cards that they would match the slabs. Now they're rolling it back like 6-8 months later.
Mm-hmm.
It does create the elements though of something that might be kind of special to collect later on down the road.
The only thing,
for that, yeah.
The only thing about with CGC and their card and their like the stuff that they've been rolling out the last year, it's too much. They made a very small big deal about grading Star Wars cards, and then nobody jumped the gun, like nobody jumped on that. And now they're doing the video games, the VHS and all that. They should just anyway, I don't like that company.
Yeah. Hey, Metal Face, you may have already heard, but yes, you can submit your do your submissions by July the 11th and still get a blue label. And I think it still includes the Rob Liefeld signing. Well, I mean, they're going to be yellow label, but it's going to not be whatever the new label is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pulps to come.
Can you do that?
They were grading pulps. What?
He says, here. He says, just Google 2023 Marvel Masterpieces and clicked on the Southern Hobby link. Can we try that?
See what happens.
Ja Ruler. It's weird when you say Ja Ruler and then no one says anything at all after.
I can't think and type at the same time.
I can't not type and no.
Okay, there it goes.
Oh yeah, there it is.
I'm gonna sit back and
just
see
let
where this thing goes.
Let work be done for you.
All right, so it shows sold out, pre-sale, subject to allocations, which we know. Order due, release date. Okay, so this is all right. So this is interesting because this is the first place that I've seen a release date. We've seen the order date, which on GTS is July 3rd, not July 5th.
What did they used to throw up? Is this Ja Rule's thing? That's Murder Inc. There we go. Gang signs. Record label. It's a record label that was funded by cocaine money initially, but we don't talk about that.
Was that Death Row?
No, it was Murder Inc.
Oh, Murder Inc. That's right.
Back to Masterpieces.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got a story. I want a story. Can I? Nah, forget it.
Are you done?
Yeah. Okay. No, I want to tell it real quick. So
right,
Irv Gotti is the CEO of Murder Inc. Right? And so one day, in front of the Beverly Center, I ran into him a few times, right? Because he used to be around. I don't know why. But in front of the Beverly Center, I see him, and he was going through his trial where he was indicted for money laundering or whatever. Like the whole record company was in shambles because they were curious, how did you start this business? Where did the initial hundreds of thousands of dollars investment come from? And he was in some deep stuff, but he got out of it. But I just remember walking up to him and I said, man, I love what you do, and I hope that everything works out for you. And he was so happy to hear just a pleasant, simple comment. And that is my Irv Gotti story. Well, that's my second Irv Gotti story. Oh, no, it worked out perfectly because I was actually like hustling my albums, but that was my way of speaking to him. I remember now. And he said, what do you do? And I said, well, I don't want to impose on you. And my thing was to get him to ask. He said, no, what do you do? I said, well, I rap. And then I gave him the album because it was almost like he asked for it because I didn't lead with it. Now I remember. All right, guys, thanks for humoring me.
No, thanks for sharing.
You hustler dog.
Okay, so this is interesting. This show a release date of August 30th.
I don't think anybody can see it.
Focus, Manu. No.
Oh.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's what I get for attempting to focus. Diorama Rama Manu, you're out of control. I try.
All right.
I try.
This makes more sense. I was talking as if you all could see this. My apologies.
Oh.
I got you.
Yeah, Dave's my producer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this shows a release date of August 30th, and it does show the order date of July 3rd. We've seen the order date on GTS, which shows, this says July 5th. It says July 3rd on GTS. But this is the first place I've seen a release date other than Upper Deck's website, which says a July release.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Alonzo's with us? Where he at?
Somewhere between one of those or the other.
Yeah. I don't know. That's interesting.
So Joshua says, so what was the surprise? Joshua.
Oh, Joshua.
Justin and Dave are sitting next to each other at Dave's house.
Joshua, I'm gonna have to go to your house and hit you with a wet noodle.
I flew almost 2,200 miles.
Rivalry.
Yeah.
More than that. It's got to be about 28 because it's like 3 from here to Florida.
Symbiotes by nature. That's what it would be about these days. Yeah, life has changed, you know? Our journeys in grading. Our biggest beef is CGC. Oh my gosh.
Dave, you need to work on the golly Lee.
Oh, my bad, Josh. I didn't see that.
Well, I'll get a good paragraph in before the night's over.
I'll work on him the whole night and tomorrow. By the time I'm done, he's just gonna be as sweet as a Southern Belle.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. This is Justin, and always is with my friend Manu, and this is the Marvel Show, and I hope you have a marvelous day.
I feel like you're trying to sell me Kentucky Fried Chicken or something. Like I feel like
it'd be a lot more scummy if I was trying to sell you fake chicken.
Hey, don't talk about Kentucky Fried Chicken like that.
Hey, Ron said Manu got Hennessy in the cup, and I'm going to tie this into Marvel. I think Hennessy and like Alizé made a green drink, and it was called the Incredible Hulk. How's that for a tie-in? How's that? Oh no, it was Hennessy and Hypnotic. My bad. 90s hip hop references. No one drinks that stuff no more.
No.
All right. So Neo says, in his opinion, the interviewer of the video says that his biggest takeaway from that interview was their plans for the signature series. They have that and no one else does it. And it can be massive if they do it right. And Neo, from what I understand, like not just for Marvel, like signature series, period, like across the board. And there's a lot of respect with their witnessing, the way they do witnessing of signatures in comparison to authentication like Beckett and PSA does.
Hey, Neo, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I hear them say that they're working on they're working on signature authentication as well? Not just, did you just say that? Is that why you're laughing?
He did say signature authentication, which I find interesting because PSA doesn't, those companies don't do in-person signings. They just do authentication.
Correct.
Right. And CGC, I think, is trying to do both. They're trying to get the authentication side.
Which is interesting because if they go that route with the comics, it's going to pretty much put CBCS out of business because that's the only thing that's keeping
CBCS. Does CBCS have any business left to be put out?
Well, they're the only ones that'll do authenticating on a signature.
Yeah.
So if, let's say, for example, you find a book that's signed on the first page by Jack Kirby, the only way to get it slabbed with a yellow label is to send it to CBCS.
I almost would rather have it in the green label.
Well, actually, it's a blue label.
It's a blue label.
It'll say writing on the inside, Jack Kirby. So it won't.
No. Wait. What are you talking about, Dave?
It's on the first page. CGC will blue label it, and it'll say writing on the first page.
I've seen that before, yeah. But what about when a book's signed on the cover?
That I think gets a green label. Yeah.
You have two options. I've never seen anyone elect the second. The first option is have the book graded as if it's not signed, and then it's a green label that says someone scribbled on your book, but it still gets the appropriate grade. The second thing that I've heard you can elect for, but have never heard of anyone electing, is you can have it downgraded for the fact that there's writing on it and keep a blue label. I've heard that, but who does that? No one's ever done that I've seen.
If I'll put it to CGC. If CGC needs an authenticator that's been working with signatures for 20 plus years, they're gonna have to pay me $1 million a year because I wouldn't work for them for a penny less.
You know what? I'm glad that there's a
You
price
wanna
on
do
your
990?
soul, Dave.
I would do 990 to
We'll
sell my
round
soul.
up after 500.
You're negotiating your soul right now?
You know what though? Here's the thing. I would be
I'm
selling my
teasing.
soul, but I would be doing a service for all the comic famine out there. Everybody would be like,
Right.
well, we got the best. Look, if people love Norin because he's the dude that he is working for CGC, then they're going to hate love me for working for CGC.
Look,
you know?
Yeah.
The way,
But you guys
the way
are
we
the
win
only reason we got
with
any.
our inside, spies or
I'll bring them down from the inside.
yeah.
You can't say this is live.
He's a dude playing another dude.
I'm the
inside
guy. I'm
CGC.
the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Yeah. I mean, I could.
Neo, thanks for joining. Have a good night. You know what's funny? That's
Yeah,
the first time he's used punctuation, and he ended that with the full stop because that is actually the end of his time on the stream with us. So he used the period.
That's
Love
right.
you, Neo. Have a good
Oh,
night.
make short. Well, thanks for buying that book for me. Well, I'm just saying, like, CBCS has a lot of work to do. They need to fix their label because they are a better slab and they do authentication on signatures, which is cool because how many I can tell you thousands of books that I found in collections that are signed that I know are real, but they won't get what they're worth because CGC didn't witness them signing the book. Oh no. Except Jack Kirby's been dead since, like all these people that are no longer alive, you can't get a yellow label from CGC, which is ridiculous because I've already found multiple books with Jack Kirby signatures in them.
This is what Apocrack is saying here. I got a Sig series by Stan. It also has Claremont, but nothing on the book label about it. It's like they completely ignored it. This happens often. I had a DM the other day from a friend that had a double signed book, and it literally just says it's signed by one person. I don't know why. They just, things slip. I make videos, not write a blog for a reason. Punctuation is overrated. I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you. Go to bed, Neo. It's late.
And
everybody watch Neo's video. Everybody watch Neo's video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see what you get back, Sean, because I haven't never sent anything to CBCS, but I'm also kind of leaning towards not slabbing anything for my PC from now on. Ever. Maybe my Tech 140 because it's a very expensive book. Oh,
is that? Oh, that's the Marvel first Juggernaut.
That's the Marvel first action.
Oh gosh,
that's
ASM
right.
24.
That's right. I own the preliminary of that.
I will say thanks to anybody who's in here that I met this weekend at Washington State SummerCon. That was a blast.
Oh yeah. Actually, hold that thought. I want to talk about that. But what AAR Mister, I sent in ASM 50 first Kingpin Ramita legendary cover. I sent in ASM 50 signed by Stan Lee and did not elect for a downgrade and got a blue label. But if you got a blue label and it's graded, how do you know? I'm thinking out loud. How do you know that it wasn't graded down? Like what grade is it? How do you know what grade it could have been without this? You see the question I'm asking? That's interesting, right? He didn't elect for it, but they still gave him the blue label. Generally, it would be green. So that's fantastic. I would love to see that book. That sounds pretty awesome. A signed book with a blue label and it's a ASM 50. Can't be too many of those floating around.
No, probably not.
I do want to get to this question from Key Heroes Comics. Says, what do you guys think about the preserved ambers?
What's up, Joe?
Let me see if I can pull them up here.
What do you guys think about the preserved amber chase set? I think that was the one that I didn't like. Like I didn't like how it said it didn't feel masterpieces. It felt
preserved amber to have like original creator DNA in it, kind of like Jurassic Park, and we can take that DNA out and create the Jack Kirby again.
One can only wish.
Yeah, this is like that preserved amber text font typeface, whatever we call it, is terrible. It doesn't feel as elegant as a masterpieces set would. This feels like an insert in a a more fun set, a more like affordable set.
This insert was in 2017 Fleer Ultra Spider-Man. So
That's
we've seen preserved amber before. It's not the first time we've seen this insert. It's the first time we've seen it in masterpieces. it's going to be a numbered variant, so you're gonna have color variations, and it's going, I think it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be acetate. You're gonna be able to see through it, so it's gonna have that aspect of it. So, and look, it's going to be another hit in the box, and they're attempting to build value in it. I've speculated quite a bit on how large the print run's going to be, and I kind of had that shattered a little bit with some of the information we had come out. Number one, they're sticking to 3 cards per pack, which is great. I just wasn't sure if they were going to do that. And then number two, that it is still a base set that's got 4 tiers to it. So you're going to have, it's going to be tiered all the way down to the 90th card, having the last 9 cards having the lowest print run in terms of number tiering, but the whole base set's going to be numbered, serial numbered. So they're adding more inserts. So I just don't know how they're going to increase the print run with more inserts. So either that means the serial number base cards are spread out more because they've added more inserts, or the serial numbering on the base cards are going to be larger. So instead of $19.99, $14.99, $9.99, and $9.99 for the base cards, maybe it's going to be $2,099. Maybe they're going to increase it that way, but we really don't know, and we're not going to be able to understand it until we get a proper checklist, and we probably won't get that until right at pretty close to release, which is unfortunate because I think people are going to be buying it at pre-order prices without knowing, and I hope that's not the case. I hope there's a way we can figure it out before then.
Can I rapid fire answer some questions real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
All right. CBCS is the only way to authenticate a SIG, Lamar. Otherwise, you are at the behest of getting a green or blue label.
Keep the card up.
A green or blue label from CGC. He wants you to keep that image up. And then Apocrack. I might do the Spokane con next year. It's not too far, 5-6 hour drive. Joshua wants you to imitate me, but he might have left already. And then
I'm not good at imitating people.
I
only know how to be me.
All you gotta do is scream. And then Ja Ruler, yes. Manu used to rap. Jeffrey, he's going to Canada tomorrow, so I offered to have him here tonight,
Yeah.
and then I'm taking you to the little plane tomorrow, and it's going to go up.
I think it's a puddle jumper.
Yeah, pretty much. And that amber design was garbage. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. So our friends that I respect in the world of design and what they like are agreeing that the design is not good, and I think that's a consensus. And if there are people that like the design, that's fine. But, when you design something, you hire design guys. And the design guys are saying they don't like the design. So, guys, it's not a good design.
Spokane.
There you go. Spokane like a true designer.
Yeah. Well, this card just to me is confusing. First of all, why did they use that image with that design? Is she being crushed by the amber? What's happening here?
Yeah, she's jumping through lasers.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because she is the black cat, Felicia.
Was this originally a Jurassic Park insert?
Exactly. We can retract the DNA. If we can take out the DNA and create our own black cat from it.
That's right.
Epic.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, it was originally a sports insert that they put into Marvel.
Definitely.
But somebody else fact check me on that because I haven't.
Cody said it. Just bring back the holograms. Make them good.
It is kind of surprising to me that with
I got bars. Come on,
with
Ricardo.
Everything that's
come on, Ricardo. The way that I run my mouth, you think I ain't got bars, Ricardo? Come on, man.
With the way that nostalgia and retro and all of these, things that we're being fed on a daily basis by pop culture, how do the card companies not realize that holograms should have cycled back around and they would be making everybody happy?
They are putting holograms in new sets. It's just not masterpieces.
Yeah, well.
Listen, I know things.
I know, Ricardo. I just feel like being a little today. That's all. I appreciate you.
This is what I want to see. Okay, it's on their website.
By the way, Dan De Los Santos, Dan the Two Saints.
Oh,
Not
really?
De Los Santos, Dan Dos Santos.
Dan
Of
Two
the.
Saints of the.
No,
Wait.
of the. Dos is of the.
Okay.
It's not dos the number.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
okay.
dos of the.
All right,
Gotcha.
we're about to watch something for the.
It's Portuguese.
Okay, so can you see the screen?
Nobody
Nope,
can.
nope,
No,
it
because the
says-
other one's still being shared.
All right, give me a second.
But
guys. Some
okay, while
production
you're doing that,
here.
and Ricardo, I put out music before YouTube. The only thing we had was MySpace. So fortunately for me, the music doesn't digitally exist anywhere because it would be a terrible representation of the individual I am today. I mean, it's still great. It's still intellectual, but there's a lot of things in there that I wouldn't put out into the world today. You understand, I was 17 years old when I recorded my first album. And then I think my second one was supposed to come out when I was 19, and we just turned it into a mixtape because I had changed course into representing producers rather than being an artist. Yada, yada. But I'm glad no one can just Google it and find it because, it'd be a little ridiculous.
Okay. And they probably got to kill this screen. Oh, there it is.
Give us a second, guys.
You take your time, my friend. You take
Now
your
I
time.
can't see.
Yeah, but
Not these new flat holes, but the old school 3Ds. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of holograms I want to see.
You know? Watch. Pinch zoom it in.
Keith
right.
makes an interesting point.
Can you
$10 if you sing right now. William Johnson says, "Well, I can't sing. I don't have vocals like that. My reference tracks sound terrible."
All right, hey, so
Oops,
Upper Deck has released a preview video for Masterpieces. This is the first time I'm seeing it, so we're gonna watch it now. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
It may show us some stuff we haven't seen.
Oh, I saw this.
Turn that off because that's loud and annoying.
Yeah.
All right, so we've seen the sell sheet.
Spidey card's cool.
Collect all new original art by Dos Santos. Find canvas gallery cards. Got it. In every box. Okay, that's we know that.
Definitely looks like Chris Evans.
Yeah.
I like it.
Look for Battle Spectrum cards. Okay.
Every box.
That's the base. Then you get the red, which is new. You get the green with signature, which is new.
It's got a nice signature.
Oh yeah, he does. Yep. That's
That's the hollow foil?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Hunt for preliminary art variants. So let's see what we see.
Is that with the line art? Yeah, his line art's beautiful.
It is.
I really like his line art.
Craven.
Paul, good morning.
So far, this is all stuff we've seen in the sell sheet. It's a great Professor X. I like it a lot. Rocket. That's a Mirage, but that means it's also a base card. Love the Phoenix here. Ooh, it says Dark Phoenix. Okay. Collect 90 card base set and the various base parallels. Okay, here we got base card. Then we got base. This is the orange, which is typically out 99. Got the gold sig, which is typically not numbered. 12 boxes, 12 packs, 3 cards per pack. Scheduled release this summer.
That is 36 cards per box. 36 cards.
For what? Probably $500.
So yeah, we'll speak to that. So yeah, okay, we're full screen.
I'm gonna take all this off. Yeah.
Facsimile auto on the Battle Spectres? Wait, that's not a real autographed card?
I don't know.
They said there was autograph cards. They said there's both, I guess.
Okay.
Did it say Facsimile auto? No, it was saying Facsimile auto on the gold sig.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a real auto on the
It
Battle
said
Spectre.
look for an autograph. Oh yeah, I don't know about Battle Spectre.
So, okay, here's the thing.
500.
We're being told that the price to like your card shop or anyone else is $299.
Well, that's not bad.
No, that's for
wholesale.
them to buy it to then sell it to you.
That's wheelsale is $299. So if they want to make, the sort of margin you would want to make, they've got to sell it for $600.
It's yes.
Whew.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's again. That's
They're
what I'm
paying
hearing.
$300 a box. That's the wholesale cost on it.
I'm just telling you. That's what one person who said. So,
I mean, look, a whole okay. Even if it's even at the low end, if those packs, how many packs per box?
12.
12,
Okay.
and there's 3 cards in them.
3 cards at the low end. Those packs are $20. At the low end, that's retail. I'm sorry, wholesale. There's
Look
no
what OCD says. It's $17 per card that you're getting 36 cards at $17 per card.
I mean,
at 600. At 600.
yeah. Well, look, what's that? Was it metal? What was the set that had the e-packs that were like insane money?
So look, that's
Spidey metal.
That's what I
Yeah.
pointed to was in my video that I just posted, is that the Spidey metal came out. The initial offering was $235, $250 a box. And by the time it got to the actual release, it was $700 a box, and E-Pack was $475, which is
I'm gonna bite my hand.
yeah, which is too much, which is just too much. And so, it's gonna put card shops and stuff in a difficult place because they kind of have to order it, right? Like, I mean, they're
How many boxes are they
say no
making
to
of
it.
this stuff anyway?
that's another thing we don't know.
Yeah.
Shout
Now-
out to Sketch. Yeah, everybody check out Sketch's video after the stream, please. Thank you.
So, if they added all these new inserts and parallels and numbers and signature, like, you know, and they take away the guaranteed sketch per box, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And without knowing the exact print run or makeup of what these cards are going to be numbered and tiered, it makes it difficult. When you have an original art set that's all numbered, like all of it serial numbered outside the gold sigs,
Mhm.
a lot of people are going to see value in that.
You know,
It just really quickly, Justin. I mean this seriously. I'm not joking. There's some commentary. It's coming from Christopher. It's great commentary, but please do not put it on the screen. Do
Okay.
not put anything related to that on the screen for me, please. And I will speak to it though. But
Yeah.
I have a reason to not.
I have a
publicize
feeling.
that.
Did you ever see the movie Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino? Great heist movie. Michael Mann, Val Kilmer's in
What
it.
was that?
It was one of the greatest heist movies ever. I feel like when Marvel Masterpieces ships, there's gonna be like a executed perfectly heist of that truck, and those boxes are just gonna disappear. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. I'm just saying
Oh, I would love, like, if no one gets hurt.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say what I.
That was the plan in Heat. Nobody was supposed to get hurt. It was just, it was a
It
simple.
was that idiot they hired. That last
yeah, it was
minute idiot
Waingro.
they
It
hired.
was Waingro.
He said, "Why
Yeah.
are you looking at me?" He killed the poor guy.
Yeah,
The guy
but
couldn't hear. The guy's head explode. There was an explosion. He couldn't
But
hear.
when I hear about the prices of these stuff, that's what I think of. I'm like, someone's just gonna steal it all, and then it's
You know
it's
what
gonna come
breaks
out.
my heart in that movie? When Robert De Niro at the end was almost done with everything, walking to that 90s Camaro, and he had to turn around and leave that woman.
Yeah,
She was so great. She was so amazing. And he sees the heat coming. He sees Pacino coming, and he had to leave. Broke my heart.
if you get in my way, I'm gonna take you down. Oh, that movie is fine.
You know, he said you have to be able to
No,
leave.
Manu is
everything
like giving
behind.
a review to a movie, and it's not Marvel.
I know.
Within 30 seconds you have to be ready to go. And I thought that was so cool that I almost embodied that as a child. Like every girlfriend I had, I was like, no, we can't get too serious. I got to be ready to leave in 30 seconds.
I mean, but like that's what this stuff reminds me of. It's like this stuff is going to be so expensive, and like so many people are going to be losing their collective minds trying to get it. I feel bad. Like, yeah.
So what I want to remind people of is Spidey Metal was $700 a box at release for physical hobby boxes. E-Pack showed up, it was $475, sold out in 30 days. And now you can get a Spidey Metal box for around $300. So
Right.
less than half. What's that?
There's 102 people in here
Yeah.
right now.
Love you all. Love
Yeah.
you all so much. Thank you so much for the late night hangout. Amrit, hello.
Yeah.
I love you all. That's amazing.
So Jesse said he called a local shop today to see if they were going to try to get some masterpieces, and they claimed that the resale most likely would be fair to the customers, so they won't try to get any.
Yeah. And the most well, because when you think about it, right, card shops
Yeah.
are for the most part mom and pop owned, right? You're gonna have to put so much money into this and hope
$10K to get 2 cases basically, and
hope that you can sell the stuff that may not be pre-sold
Right.
if there's any pre-sale at all. It's
I mean resale. You need to be able to resell 2 cases for $10K to get your money back, and if you get caught holding the bag, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, gee, I wonder why we don't see comic stores carrying cards anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's even worse because a lot of
That
shops
makes a good point.
have been ordering, because you can't just pick and choose what you want.
Right.
You have to be ordering and reach a certain tier to get allocations.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're not at a certain tier, they might like only offer you 1 or 2 boxes. And by then you're just like, well, I'm just going to open it myself. Right.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these shops have been overbuying product that people don't want as much of in an effort to have access to masterpieces. And this is the price that shows up.
Bad stuff.
Look, Keith says 450 end pre-sale, 650 end pre-sale, 750 end it, 850 release it, right? And if it follows that rhythm, I mean, maybe I grab a box at 450. Maybe. If I have an opportunity below 5, maybe. And that's a huge maybe. But after that,
I'm sorry. You still got to look in the mirror. They're not making you give them your credit card information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, facts.
There is like personal responsibility. And I'm saying it that way because that's how you combat FOMO. You look in the mirror and go, can I afford it?
You look in the mirror and you say, I'm looking at the man.
Yeah, no, the thing about FOMO is you look in the mirror and you say, go get that money. You can be part of this. You can do it too. That's the thing about FOMO, right? It's not very logical.
And here's the thing. Dave and Adams, who was not this Dave, Dave and Adams Cards, who was doing the, post, sell out, raising the price every time, is the same place that still has it for sale today for almost $300. It's not actually sold out. And so what you're buying is you're buying access for it early so you can be one of the guys and gals who gets to open it. And
Question.
And so
you're trying to be special. Okay. You're paying the money early to be special. All right. And it's a special that's going to last 3 months. After that, you're just like everyone else. So just wait.
Has any of the more recent masterpieces ever come down in price?
No, Matt says no. Matt says they hold value really well.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, so you're talking about sealed boxes, not
sealed
cards.
boxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sealed boxes have, for the most part, held their price. I was still getting 2020 masterpieces for a little while for like around $500. And then now it's been 700, 800, 1200. Like it's fluctuated from like 700 to 1200.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
has not really come down. It'll be interesting to see what happens to it with the release of 2023. That's always kind of curious, but
and the singles are still kind of expensive on the secondary. Okay, relative to other singles and other sets, I should say.
I guess I have that reaction because I had.
Who wants to buy a 2017 Fleer Pop 1? Sorry.
Yeah, but that's great. We're talking.
I had so much hope of what it
Let's
might sell for later, but it didn't.
Yeah,
got that Venom.
Got that Venom Pop 1. Something. I don't know what it is. It's a hard card to get.
Yeah, I think this is what I would say, and know thyself, right? Like, if you want to open a box, like do what you got to do to get to a place where you open a box, and be done, and then. It depends on how you want to collect the experience. Like the best thing to do is to wait.
Yeah.
Is to wait till after it hits EPAC, to wait people dump off of EPAC onto ComC.
Yeah. Or other, eBay, whatnot.
Yeah. And start picking up singles. Like, could you imagine, by the way, we got to do this real quick.
Yeah.
If the Whatnutters, I'm just kidding. The people who are doing Whatnot, like are having to pay that much per box, when you start looking up how they're going to mark up the packs.
Oh, it's going to be
nuts.
It's going to be nuts.
I mean, that's going to be an insane amount of money.
You're going to see packs get ripped for 100+. Yeah, but that's what's going to happen. It's inevitable. By the way, Lamar, shout out to you for keep quoting that heat.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I was did my first couple of card shows on Whatnot, I had a stack of the 2017 masterpieces, but I had a lot of alphas, and they sold for crazy money, but it's because people had never really seen them before. But now it's a different story. But yeah, I wouldn't here, folks, you hear first from a seller by trade. Don't buy this stuff anywhere near Whatnot when it comes out.
So I want to read Matt. First of all, Matt's brilliant. So
Yes, he is.
listen to him.
Yeah.
So he says MM boxes are still 1,000 or more. So not a good comparison to Spidey Metal. MM boxes historically have held value. He's not wrong.
They're a better set.
They're just more respected,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they're more scarce, which adds to the prices, right?
And they're thick.
But it is a great comparison, and maybe the best one, in what hype can do to the price of something. And so, if hype got Spidey Metal to $700 a box, what might hype get the Masterpiece box to? And that's what I would like to see us avoid.
Sure.
Right. And look, Justin's gonna rip boxes. I might rip a box. We've got friends that are gonna rip cases. Just enjoy it through us.
But
like
that's
not
the
even
point.
me. I might have one. But just enjoy it with the community. If you're watching a box being ripped, or we all know each other. You don't have to buy it to participate.
You can't really say that because
Why?
by human psychology and human nature is to, when you see somebody opening something, you want to do that. When you see somebody showing off a book, you want to do it. So you're and look, you got to put a disclaimer. Hey, we're creating FOMO. We're apologizing, but we're trying to give you the experience of opening this. But no matter what you do, no matter what disclaimer you say, it still creates FOMO. You know, it's not like a travel video where, you know, you're going to another country and you're showing everybody what you're eating and doing. Anybody can do that. But when you're talking about something that's super limited, that's super sought after, not everybody can do it. And even if they can afford it, they may not be able to get it. So I love what you said, but I'm going to counterpoint it with, you are creating FOMO. So you are creating people missing out on that experience because it is a limited amount of things. So just wanted to say that. And I love you.
Yeah. And
I love you too.
I appreciate that. And that's certainly,
and I agree.
Yeah, it's certainly real. And it's also finite.
Sure.
Like it's, you know, it has
a pot crack. Yes, you can. I shouldn't answer for Justin, but he said if he gets a box, can he open it here with everyone? I'm assuming Justin would say heck yeah.
I would say yes. So like part of the why behind the channel is, you know, having been someone in my life where I didn't have the means and ability to open boxes, going to YouTube and watching it was my outlet to be able to enjoy it.
Sure.
Boxes I didn't get to open because I wasn't around, like trying to find some video of that, you know, to be able to enjoy it and see it. And this kind of a historical narrative of it as well.
Sure.
The Spidey His channel, the way I open boxes, the way I enjoy it is meant for you to be able to have an experience of it.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, there's reasons I don't do certain things around it to not add to the hype stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I want people to be able to, if they're in a foreign country and have no way to buy it, to be able to watch the video and go, wow, I really got to enjoy that and experience it because of the content. And then I get to watch it 15 years from now and get to relive it. So, but at the same time, I am aware, I get the messages where people are like, yeah, you're kind of the reason I got into this.
Yeah.
I blame you. You know, I got the sweetest message today where someone said, you not only got me into Marvel cards, you got me into Marvel.
That's great. No, and I love what you do because you do thing that most people don't, both of you. And it's why I kind of gravitate towards you. You guys give stuff away.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're like, okay, I open this box. I'm going to keep this card. You guys can have the rest, you know?
Yeah.
And that creates a piece of it that most people don't get.
Run it. Hashtag pop one flare.
All right. Hashtag.
What? You stop it. I don't, what the heck? I know what's happening here. I didn't, no.
All right. We're not going to give away a pop one flare, but how about a Todd Silver Spidey minty copy?
That's awesome. How about a Spidey here?
I got minty copies of that to give away. Okay,
There's
he's going to give that one away
right now.
Look, he's going to give that away tonight. I'm going to give away stuff tomorrow night. You got it. You guys have to come. Like I said in my story, you ain't got to buy to kick it. You know the saying, you ain't got to lie to kick it. I put a B on it. Anyway, Dave's channel tomorrow night, West Coast Wednesday. It's going to be his last live sale until the end of July, and I'm going to be there with him. Just come hang out, make some noise with us. No one has to buy nothing.
No, we got people that are going to buy stuff, and some people won't. It's all good. Pop one.
Yeah, let's just keep the party going.
We're gonna do hashtag Todd.
Hashtag Todd.
Let's see.
All right, see Todd, tag Todd.
Yes,
That's hard to say.
and it's a very minty copy. Nobody has messed with this. Not even the evil comic famine. Oh, do you want you got it here.
Pop one flare, Patrick says. It's a Fleer. No, it's Flair. You guys are right. No, it is Fleer. It's Fleer. It's Fleer.
Fleer.
Disqualified.
Clear.
Eliminated.
Let's see.
Void. Mr. Locknet. Hello. Good vibes. Ooh. Hello.
I'm not gonna hold this anymore.
Venom Collector. What's it? No, you have to. They won't know what they're winning.
All right, I'll put it up here.
All right.
But yeah, I look, I might even buy a box of Marvel Masterpieces just to join in the party and rip one with you guys. But you know, it's not my thing.
I mean, dude, if it's over $500, I'm not gonna be able to enjoy it with you guys. I'm sorry. I just don't want to. And I think it will be over 500. So it's like, dang.
Well, with tax and shipping, it probably will be. You're right.
No, I mean, I'm ignoring the tax and shipping. If it's like $450 pre-order, I'm pretty much gonna buy one and be a sucker. You know,
Guys, he just said he's ignoring tax and shipping. All right, we got him. We got him, guys. Call the IRS.
Oh, stop! Too much was said on this stream. I need a call. I need Irv's lawyer. Irv, let me get your look. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it here.
All right, so that's being done. We got the live going. We got the giveaway going. Let's do that. Ooh, I don't know
if we get 1,000. Nah, William, I don't know. I mean, that'd be cool to see, but dang, no, man. William Johnson, what are you doing to me?
Did I just lose my camera?
All right, here we go.
Don't do
There it
that.
is. It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah, can they make a Venom box so we can get that? What if it was all Venom? What if it was
All
just a
Venom
bunch of
set?
Venom art?
It's called We
Oh.
Are Venom, and it's
Yeah.
well, why not just do a symbiote set?
Yeah.
They venomized every character on a cover at one point.
There's so
They
many,
did.
cool ideas that could be executed for sure.
Yeah. Big
Uh,
fact.
well, anywho, what are you gonna do? Oh, I want to show something really cool that I got recently.
Okay.
It's right here.
All right. Let's do it.
So Manu,
That
and a
would-
lot of you know that there was that video series that came out in the 90s with Todd creating new characters and Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld, and they did Overkill, and it was with Stan Lee. Well, I didn't know that this existed. Todd creates Lotus, and it comes with the
What?
spawn number. Exactly what?
It's a card. It's a show.
It's a VHS. Yeah. And it comes with a spawn one, and then it comes with that little mini spawn and a card.
But is it just a regular True Blue Spawn one, or is there?
No, it is. It's a regular
Okay.
spawn one. The Crusade of Comics one is actually more sought after. But I never knew this character existed. This VHS existed. This piece of art existed. I got it so cheap on eBay too.
Wow,
That's
Yeah.
awesome, dude. I've never seen that ever.
Me
got a lot
neither.
of pink.
Me
Gotta
neither.
love
Yeah.
it. Gotta
Yeah.
love it.
Anyway, just a little another piece to add to the Todd collection.
All right, so
That's right.
Chris says spicy Marvel Card Con 2024 NOLA. I don't think
New Orleans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know that.
Dude, you're telling him.
I'm sorry.
Nolan, Louisiana. We would love to do a Marvel Card Con. That is something we're we as a community is talking about. Where it would be and how we would set it up like that.
I got a good idea.
What you thinking?
Don't do it in New Orleans. Do it in Charlotte the weekend of Heroes.
Heroes Con's great.
Yeah, I want to go next year.
Heroes Con, and there's already there's already been Marvel cards there, and so that's
Yeah.
And there's some other stuff to share later. But Blue Juju says, "Bro, I'm trying to rip some. I get it. I'm with you. I'm going to pay the iron price to get
Oh,
some."
yeah. Oh yeah. No, Justin got the pre-order to the pre-order. We ain't even gonna know, man. He got a wholesale account somewhere. He's getting them for $2.99 a box.
He is actually, his real
First
name
of
is
all-
Adam. I'm Dave. Boom.
Yeah.
First of all, none of that's true. I'm going through the same, steps that you all are doing. Actively checking every day, calling every day, asking every day. Stop.
Everyone just say yes.
Spicy hits tonight.
I'm bringing 100 PSA 10s tomorrow night. It's not just going to be comic books. There's 100 PSA 10s coming to
And
the
he's
live
giving
tomorrow
them
night.
all away.
I am selling all of them for sure.
Manu actually told me, he said, I don't even want to make $1 tomorrow. He's like, I want to help the West Coast
Mattis,
grow.
Look at Mattis, ask and you shall receive. This is the best 316 Marvel card. This is a PSA 10. This is a Pop 8. Pop 8. Yes. And this is the best one. It's not the only one. I've got the other ones too. Dave, show your 316. You have a 316 autograph, full Todd.
He does. I just want to point out Mr. No Love's comment. He says, for me, it's the action is the juice. So I think he's talking about opening boxes.
Yeah.
DJ Moon says he ripped his 67 Philly Marvel stickers.
I do not care how much boxes cost. I don't care if people are upset, if people are paying. The only thing I don't like is when people like super seriously talk about them and ignore the fact that the prices are ridiculous. Like, we got to be honest. We got to say stuff is stupid, but we're still going to do it. But you got to say stuff is stupid. Here we go. Here's some 316 action.
Look at that. Mine's better.
I got another one. I want to show you. If I go dig out the other one, it's so beautiful, but you could Google it. It's the retro one. It's the Marvel Decades. It's called Decades, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a 316 card at Decades, and it's actually cut off. You don't see Spidey, but the card is one of the best looking cards out there. You've got to check that card out. Super rare in a PSA 10, but if you need it, hit me up.
Everybody understands we're having way more fun.
Yeah, I know I'm behind on comments. Alberto.
Oh, sorry, everyone.
So I have not posted or published the results on the survey yet for two reasons. Number one, I'm waiting on some information from Golden on their auction results because I think that's going to be important to include in it. Number two, a lot's happened in the last 2 weeks related to Marvel cards from a content standpoint. We had the X-Men people on, and then we got the CGC news and then Marvel Masterpiece news. So anyway, just a lot. What has occupied my time to be able to give it has been that. But I'm going to get to it. I'm excited to share all that. And so just so everyone knows what I'm talking about, I put out a survey saying what is your top 10 characters would be the most expensive characters to collect in Marvel cards. So what would that top 10 list be?
Would you like me to just rattle off the top 10?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Wolverine, Spider-Man. Boom, boom.
In that order?
No. Spider-Man, Wolverine.
Okay.
Well, I was just naming top 10. And then Silver Surfer, because you've got to compete with literally one person that's buying all of them. Venom. So there's that. Probably Carnage, because you've got the byproduct of these two gentlemen and everybody else.
You've got to buy product.
You are a byproduct of love. Okay. And then so after that, I'll say maybe Phoenix, Jean Grey, because she is quite popular. I think Black Cat is probably really expensive because she's quite popular. I don't think any of the Avengers are on there. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Vintage
Lord said wrong.
Psylocke. Oh, that makes sense. Psylocke makes sense. Yeah. Why would Surfer and Carnage not be the most expensive? You're literally competing with everybody trying to buy those. That would make it the most expensive. Deadpool sounds like a good choice too.
I missed the question, so I'm not even sure what this list is.
Remember the question. The question is important. Is so, if you were going to go buy, cards of 10 characters, which 10 would cost you the most money overall?
Yeah, I mean
that's how I'm at. Not most popular,
but what drives the price up? Everybody trying to buy those cards because we're talking about cards like a Spidey PSA is going to be the most expensive. I'm sorry, a Spidey PMG. I'm just looking at it from the competition standpoint.
A Spidey PMG in a PSA slab will be the most expensive.
There you go. Miles, I would put Miles in there too, but I was blanketing Spider-Man. Punisher, maybe.
The question.
We're getting trolled.
Because what else drives the price up? Because they're not based on performance. They're based on popularity and who's trying to get them. Sports cards are different. I don't know. I could be I could leave. I'll just leave. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. So
Dave, go home.
Yeah, go home, Dave.
All right, I got home.
Yeah, welcome. What's going to end up happening with, as far as I intend, anyways? We lost Manu.
He left. He went home.
What's going to end up happening is you're going to have like the survey of what collectors say,
Mm-hmm.
and then what does the data say from a actual sales price standpoint, and how do they actually match? This is perception reality.
Yeah, and so then part of me is right.
And so the Flash,
Stanley
in
cards. That's a
streams.
good one.
So yeah, I'm working on it with Pancake Analytics Tom, because he not only is he like professionally someone who deals in numbers in that way, but he also understands trading cards and how to sort through that data in a unique way. So I'm helping him get the information together, and then we're going to put it together, put it through his models, and then produce the results.
He also eats pancakes.
Yeah, I'm more of a waffle guy.
We'll find out tomorrow.
We'll find out tomorrow. Okay, I got it.
What a threat about waffles. We're going to find out how much you like those waffles.
Yeah, he actually is going to wake up and there's just going to be a pile of pancakes and a pile of waffles dumped on him.
Yeah.
And he's going to have that.
Hilarious.
As long as I'm at the plate.
Spicy hits.
Hashtag. Yeah, don't forget hashtag Todd.
Yeah,
David's
let's give it
giving
away.
away.
Let's rip it. Let's give it away.
Okay, so
Rip it.
hashtag Todd. We'll give people a few more minutes. I'm gonna have to do it this way because I can't share screen on my phone. All right, you've got like 7 more seconds to get
You
your
should refresh
hashtag
it. It
Todd.
was at 42 like 20
I don't.
minutes ago.
All
All right, then don't refresh it.
Let's just see.
Let's see. It'll still pick it up.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're
High state.
getting a reset up. Hashtag Todd for the giveaway.
Watch, you're gonna see.
Breakfast
Hashtag
with
Todd.
Dave. That's dope.
Yeah, we'll give you a few more minutes to get it
You know
back.
you
in.
don't actually have to do hashtag.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Melfi and I hung out on a stream together. Hi, Melfi.
It's so weird. Yeah, it only likes drawing some people.
Yeah, breakfast with Dave.
And I
Yeah.
said, what about breakfast with Dave?
Yeah.
He said, I think.
All right, we're running it. We're running
Oh,
it.
good luck, everyone. Get it. Get it. Get it.
Get it. Well, I put it in for you earlier. Whoa,
Christopher.
Oh,
Mr.
it's
Pizza
Christopher
Man himself.
in Pack Heights.
Mr. Pizza.
Congratulations.
Christopher.
Chris, do me a favor, Chris or Christopher. Send me a DM on
Hey, Dave, mail that to me, and I want to go to Pack Heights and deliver that.
All right, all right.
No,
No.
I'm joking.
Find me on Instagram, West Coast Avengers. Send me a DM with your name and your address, your social security number, your firstborn child. And no, I'm just kidding. Just your address, and I'll send this to you tomorrow or the next day. See,
Awesome.
Todd,
Friends,
Congratulations.
Congrats, Christopher. Congrats. Friends, I am going to really upset people in the weeks to come. And what I hope is that you all still love me and still come to see me on Tuesday nights, because no one else is going to invite me on their channel after what I'm going to do in the next couple of weeks. I'm just letting you guys know.
I will.
Oh, yes. Dave will likely still give me a place to talk about.
We have a podcast coming out.
We do.
I know.
We
I just
do.
edited the 4th episode today, and
Did you
so
email
people-
it to me? I didn't listen to it yet.
I did. I
Oh,
did. And our
thank you.
other editor wrote the synopsis for it.
He's the man. Are we allowed to say who it is? Are we keeping it a
If he
secret? I don't
wants to,
understand.
he can say yes.
If he wants to, yeah. If he wants to,
Yeah.
yeah.
He wants to. Got it.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. You're intentionally going to make everyone mad? Like you're setting out to do that on purpose?
He's got an opinion.
No. I just no. I
How do you?
actually don't even have a plan to make anyone mad, but there was something that I did earlier in this episode, and I was like, well, if I keep doing that, I'm definitely going to push away people that most people wouldn't want to push away, but I'm all right. But I'm not going to do anything intentionally bad. I'm not like disrespecting anyone or anything like that. I can't play along, so I'm not gonna. And that's not going to work for everyone. You're going to be fine, Justin, I promise you. You're not going to hate me after I'm done with anything,
Okay.
I promise. I promise.
So our third party editor is Andrew P. and he's going to be doing synopsises for writing the synopsis for our podcast, and you know, and going to manage our social media for it, I guess. Do some help because I have way too much on my plate as it is.
Well, that's really awesome. I
Yeah.
love that for Andrew.
Yeah.
Kevin says, let the distributors that have been selling out and increasing pre-sale prices hold on to the boxes and deal with storing them. Your example of Spidey metal pricing is a cautionary tale.
Mm-hmm.
Chris trolled Manu earlier. He's disqualified. What was the troll? I don't remember.
He was saying about the book, and you said not to post the comment.
Oh, no. And that is not mine. I am not selling that one. That is not mine. I would never sell it for that low. I would never sell it for that low. I know there's a lot of chatter about it, but there's chatter about it because it's a very compelling book. It's a difficult thing for people to grasp. I would never sell it for that price, ever. But I hope someone buys it.
There's a lot of chatter because there are people that are too
You're talking about something I don't know.
Oh, okay. So
are we allowed to talk about it?
It's
50 Cent's first 50 Cent's first album is a classic, legendary, absolute classic. After that, I couldn't really get with him after that. But that album is melodically, musically, energy-wise, release, the setup, the people involved. It's just goes down in history all time. One of the all-time albums.
Do you want to talk?
Back on track.
You want to talk about the book?
I don't want to talk about my feet pictures. You have to pay for those. Onlyfeet.com, $19.99 a month. Holla at your feet.
www.onlymanufans.com.
Right, and it's only 50 Cent music and feet. It's 50 feet. Oh.
Do you want to talk about this? Let's talk about the Ultimate Fallout 4 because it is very polarizing.
All right, fine.
And we all have. So I think, okay, so somebody listed a UF4 on Elite for 50 grand. And
I just spit all over YouTube. I'm so sorry.
An Ultimate Fallout 4
98 Newsstand.
98 Newsstand listed it
on Elite for 50K.
And it's still sitting there.
Yeah, but the comment section got shut down because there were a lot of things happening in the comment section. A lot of negativity and then a lot of positivity and a lot of morons. A lot of morons saying a lot of dumb stuff. I mean,
well, there's misinformation. People don't have all the facts and no one knows any of the private sales data, right? There's a lot of things. Okay, carry on.
No. I want to.
They're even YouTubers. See, this is why I didn't want to get started on this. Oh. This is part of what's going to get me canceled by people that I don't care if they cancel me or not. I'm just saying it's nice to make friends. I have trouble making friends because a lot of people, you just get to know people. You're like, oh, I should know them. They're doing things, so I should be nice to them. No, screw all that. Some people don't have the facts. They spread misinformation. They have a huge audience that trusts them, and they just spew crap. They don't know what they're talking about, and it's incredibly frustrating. But what I don't want to do is enter the comment section and be one of those negative guys telling the content creator that he's wrong, because then I look like a fool. That's one thing I'm not going to put myself out there to be mixed up with the other people that don't know what they're talking about half the time. I'm not talking about our comment sections. I'm talking about on those negative videos. It's just everyone that wants to have a place to come together and be appreciated for being negative, right? But in any case, there's a lot of misinformation. For one, when they keep pointing out for that 9.8 Ultimate Fallout 4, they're like 50,000. That's crazy. That's not crazy at all. And if you guys knew the conversations that I've had behind closed doors, you would know that that is so far from crazy. But the negativity and sort of like the confusion behind the book is because there's never been any sales of that book. It's the rarest book there is when it comes to Miles Morales. So you can't reference anything. You can't say, well, it went for this. There's comments in that section like, oh, this book's been going down in price. What are you talking about? The book's never sold. It's never came to market. It's going down in price. You're an idiot. I'm so sorry. Whoever said that is probably not an idiot. I apologize. I'm going to reel this in a little bit. But here's the problem. You have educated folks, intelligent folks making content that they know is going to get views. So they're purposely, I would assume, avoiding some of the things that validate even a higher price. For instance, when you say in 2020, that book sold for $8,100, right? Okay, great. What you don't know is the gentleman that bought that book for $8,100 jumped on it because he knew that there was something wrong with this price. And he had the money to do it and the foresight to know that I'm going to sell this for more later. See, now I shouldn't be making this information public, but for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to. Moments after he bought the book, he got an offer for double. So that price was already invalid. The moment he bought the book, other people, it's an emotional reaction. You're like, wait, someone paid for it? Dang, maybe it's worth more. I really need it. Oh, I can't get another one? Let me offer him some money. Not only that, not too long after that, he sold it for 28 grand. That is not a recorded sale. And no one can deny that that happened. Why? Because I know the person that sold it and I know the owner of the book. I literally know where that book exists. I have the cert number for the book. I speak to both of those gentlemen. I know the details behind it. But since it's not on GPA, GPA is a pricing service that people pay for and think it's the word of God. And it's not, because it doesn't scrub prices from a variety of sources. And so in any case, they keep pointing to this $8,100 or $8,900 sale, which was made obsolete when it resold for 28 grand privately.
It was made obsolete when you paid more than that for
a 9.6.
A 9.6.
Exactly. Justin, thank you so much. That's the other thing people keep leapfrogging. They point to that sale, but they don't recognize the fact that the only reason a 9.8's not recorded for more is because it hasn't come to market. And also 9.6s sell for 11 grand. So how can you keep saying it's worth 8,000? A 9.6 sells for 11.
Can I butt in with something that I know?
Jeffrey, I will speak to that. Absolutely. I will speak to that. Yes, please.
The reason why this is happening is because these comic people are, whatever, we'll just say the other people, they hold AF-15 to be this holy book, which it is. But the AF-15 is a completely different book than the 9.8. Yes. Than the 9.8 Newsstand of Miles Morales. We are talking separated by 50 years and two different characters. And they don't want to see this book become larger than that book. But it's rarer. It's not as historic, but it's rarer. This book exists 3, 2, whatever. Single, lower than 5.
On one hand. The owners can be counted on one hand. There you go.
They don't want to see it become bigger than AF-15 in price.
They're not the same.
No, they're not.
They're not the same. It's a weird comparison to make.
My point is that a 9.8 AF-15 is significantly more important,
right,
than a 9.8 Newsstand. And that's not to belittle the 9.8 Newsstand, but what would a 9.8 AF-15 go for?
Well, but
$10 million.
That's a million, yeah, million.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but when you look at the difference, when you look at that, and then you look at that, then a 9.8 Newsstand should be significantly expensive. But that's
if someone's comparing a 5.5 AF-15 to a 9.8 Newsstand, Ultimate Fallout 4, it's not. You can't. They're not the same.
But what I'm saying,
Rohan, you got it exactly.
It's the old guard being afraid of the new guard.
Dude, it's the laziest argument in the world. I'd rather have an AF-15. No, it's not I'd rather. It's I would like to have an AF-15. Everybody would. Saying I'd rather have that is silly. And who cares what your opinion is anyway? You're not in the market to spend 50 grand on a book, I would assume anyway, right?
Okay, you would rather have an AF-15. Well, you can go get it.
Sure, but you
go
can't
get it.
The other book.
Yeah, go get it. The gentleman selling this book, he has every right to price it however he wants. And he wants to price it. He wants it. Man, I'm not going to put his business out there. I can't do that. Yeah. But, everyone has every right to price it. The reason mine's not publicly advertised, because I wouldn't dare sell it for anything near that. And so until the education of it or the sentiment or whatever catches up to where I'm going to part with it at, I'm not parting with it. Point blank, period. It's not for sale until.
I think everybody's misunderstanding the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make, if you looked at those comments and you saw the people that were commenting negatively about the UF4 are the same type of people that are like, well, it's not as important of a book. It's not as scarce, because they're probably holding AF-15s and they don't want to see this thing overtake it in popularity. And they're afraid. They're afraid of Miles. People are still questioning this character. This character has grossed billions of dollars in this amount of time compared to the existence of Peter Parker. Yeah. Billions of dollars in 30 years. We're not going to forget about Peter Parker, but there is going to be 40-year-olds, people our age, that grew up with Miles. This book will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not in the millions. It exists. Yeah. It exists in such an insignificant amount as a modern grail. It is a newsstand at a time where newsstands didn't exist. It was sold in 3 stores in the country and not everywhere in the country.
That's actually answering Jeffrey's question.
I'm angry. What?
No, Jeffrey wants to know, why is the book rare? And that's one of those things. It was a 2011 book. Newsstand distribution stopped in like 2012, 2013. By 2011, it was said to be 1% of the distribution. It was only sold in Barnes and Nobles and I forget the other bookstores. Books A Million, somewhere else. You know, literally on the magazine rack where you can flip through it, put it back, so on and so forth. So very few of them survived in high grade from the get. And the other thing about newsstand comic books is when they didn't sell, they didn't just get put in a back box in a comic book store. This is Barnes and Nobles. They got sent back. The cover got ripped off, or however they made up for damages or returns. These books got destroyed. They got wiped off the face of the planet, and the retailer got their money back for them. So you have 1% of the overall print run. The overall print run is roughly 90,000. And then you have what might have survived out of that, and then you take that down to what survived as a 9.8. The Djurjevic copy, the 1 in 25 variant, for every 25 of the 90,000 of the first print, well, not necessarily 1 to 25, because the store would have had to order 25. There's a Djurjevic variant. That thing sells for 25 to 35,000. There's 200 of them. If that sells for 25 to 35,000, the same book in a different cover, and there's 200 of them, well, then the book that there's 4 or 5 of is obviously easily worth twice, 3, 4 times that. But it's a matter of a buyer in the market understanding, being bold enough, daring enough, like that. You know, it has to be 2 sides. Someone has to say, this is what I want for it. And then someone has to say, I'm willing to pay it, right? Yeah. That's how this thing will happen. And something has to sell first. It ain't going to be mine, though. I said this from the beginning. I'm not going to test the market. I'm holding. Like, I believe in that book big time. So I'm holding. And then the other thing, last night, if anyone knows, there's a channel called Pressable Defects, Pressable Defects, right?
Pressable Defects, yeah.
Yeah, awesome guys. They did a show. I don't know if they streamed it last night, but I watched it last night. And for the first like 25 minutes, they talk about this book. And the main guy, he did a beautiful deep dive into the numbers and why the value is actually validated, or why the ask of 50,000 is actually validated. So that was a nice one to listen to, where it's not just a bunch of ignorant hate for no reason. Like, oh, modern for that much, I'll buy it, blah, blah, blah. You're not buying anything. I don't care what your opinion is, right? And so that was a good one to watch, last night's episode. And then also, he made a fair point. When Elite lists a book on their site, Elite has a reputation. They're not just going to let you list a book and ask $10 million for no reason to make them look like fools. There was real analysis that went into that price, you know, and you know, that's it. That's all I'll say about that for now.
Well, sometimes it's also about knowing when you want to sell and what buyers are out there who's willing to buy. You know, it plays a role, and I don't know where it's listed or who's involved, but when you're dealing with, you know, those type of sellers are typically in the know to some degree, sure. and they're likely aware of like who's in the market and what they're willing to pay, and that can impact what they're saying. Hey, you should offer at this time. Ryan said that I should buy it, and no, I.
Hey, Justin, there's an opportunity. I could do a little bit of other negotiating on the back end for you. I know the guy.
I'll split it with you, Manu. We'll buy a second one. We'll own it together.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to talk to you after the stream, because that conversation has happened already.
D-Boy says, it's the same with foreign books. There is books from Brazil that the census is like 20, and you can't find any more anywhere, but it's all about people being educated about why once people understand.
And I plan to, at some point when I have some free time and a little more head thought into it, to do a little more research on this book. And
Ryan, if you're down, I'm in. I can make those arrangements legitimately, but I don't know what it means to have 4 people owning, you know, a 5-figure book. Like, I don't know what the logistics of that are, but honestly, it sounds fun, and
cut it up into
pieces. We can do it if you want.
We'll
you guys want to do it? You guys want to get a four group buy-in? I'll negotiate the price with the owner, and we just grab it.
Form an LLC with.
That's doing too much. I'm already out.
He's the guy that knows. I don't know. I'm
turning into. I gotta pay LLC fees every month. We gotta pay $800 in It's $800 a year mandatory LLC tax.
Ooh,
Okay, you got a
sweet.
deal. You got a
All
deal.
right. Why don't we form it in the Caymans?
Now we're
That's the move. That's the move. That's
forming
the move.
LLC.
Yeah.
We'll take out an insurance policy on each one of us, so it's an automatic buyout if one of us dies. So their spouse is done, so we don't have anybody's spouses coming after.
Ladies, I'm single.
Me too, David.
And the LLC will open up a safe deposit box, and that's where the book sits.
All right, guys, this is actually fun enough and fascinating enough for me to do this, like make this happen. We can form an LLC and just put our money where our mouth is and own another UF4 newsstand. and just we could actually corner the market.
We'd be cornering the market.
This was meant to be.
I'm gonna back out. I want to own more Todd art.
You said you're gonna back out?
I want to. I know. I would do it if the price
Sounds
is
like a
right.
movie. All right, I'm joking.
Are we not going to tell anybody how many hundreds of thousands of dollars you made this month, Dave?
All right, here's the thing. That was a loud shush.
I'm a loud person.
hey, Justin, because he meant that one.
He meant that one.
He meant that one.
That's
the same one. Greg M, the one on eBay for 60K is the same one on Elite for 50 because, there's 13% fees. Or actually at that price level, the fees are probably reduced, but I've never sold anything for that expensive on eBay, so I don't know what the fees reduced to. But that is the same one. There is only one available on the market, and it's the only one that has been available for the last 3 years. I own one, but it's not on the market.
All right, so I'm pretty sure this whole thing will fall apart because we couldn't decide an LLC name.
Oh, well, that would be easy.
The LLC is going to be called
the Illuminati.
Oh,
why wouldn't it be the Spidey Hits LLC? See, it's a Spidey.
Why? Yeah, see, we already got the Spidey Naughty.
West Coast Manuma Spidey.
Manu's Manu. Never mind.
The West Illuminati Hits.
There we go. That sounds like a
Ryan. I'll convince. I think Dave's going to take the most convincing. I don't think Justin's going to take much convincing. He'll just have to leave one case of MM to someone else, and he could jump in with that money
For the content.
Listen, I got to make content for my marvelous friends, and if I got to open up 16 cases of Marvel Masterpieces, well, that's my marvelous show.
Spider Manu, that works with Spider-Man and then you. Ultimate friendship fallout. Ooh, the fallout after there is bad. That's bad.
Oh gosh,
that's funny.
Oh, hey, I want to talk about True Blue.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Yes. Me too. I want to talk. Yeah.
I also just want to say this is so much fun.
Oh yeah, having a good time.
This is great. This is
Nathan, True Blue Collectibles, and Jake, Retroverse.
Yeah, Retroverse UK.
By the way, it's really midnight where I live.
You want me to make some coffee?
And I was working out at 6 a.m. where I live, which is anyway. So it's been a long day.
Man,
I'm starting to feel some of it. But anyways, back to Nathan, True Blue Collectibles. These guys sold out about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. Took a look at the hobby and said, hey, it would be helpful for us to talk about mental health and do it in a way that would be enjoyable and support a really good cause, which was Wounded Warriors. And they did a 24-hour nonstop stream from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday they actually went well over 24 hours, like pretty close to 26 hours Saturday night. And this was after Masterpieces had been announced. A lot of the art had been shown and the interview with DeSantis had already happened. They still raised $21,000 in 24 hours on one live stream.
That's
Man,
$900 an hour. That's amazing.
It was absolutely insane. They basically never dropped in viewers, as I could tell it, even over the middle of the night, throughout the whole day. And
Rohan, have a good night. Have a good night, Rohan. Thank you,
everybody. Like people were, if people had to leave, like somebody else was taking their spot in from a viewership.
Mm-hmm.
They had amazing people on. They had Fred and Ian with a translator from France. Fred Ian just does incredible work. Go check it out. Unbound is not always their best stuff, so please go look up their portfolio and you'll be absolutely blown away. And then they finished the night off. And there was more, but they finished the night off with Ash Gonzalez speed drawing, speed sketching, I should say, and auctioning cards, live. And it was just an absolutely insane event. And what they did was just really, really special. And really proud of those guys. And they're already saying 2024 MentalCon 2024 that they're going to do it again. So,
whoa, 24 hours and 24.
Yep. Yeah, I never thought about that. Look at you. You go straight to it. So yeah, that incredible stuff. Really, really proud of those guys.
Wish I could have watched it. I was just so busy this weekend with the con.
You were at the con, but it just shows how special, as small as CGC says we are.
Right. We're gonna have big impact.
This little community.
Justin, were you? Sorry, no, please.
No, I'm just like, we just wonder what Wounded Warriors woke up Monday and went, somebody just deposited 21,000. Who is that?
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Dude, I think Nathan said his success, what he was hoping for 2,000, and they passed that obviously the first night, right?
Yeah, so their audacious thing was like, well, 5,000, 6,000, whatever, And it became really clear really quick that was getting blown out of the water. But
were you intentionally avoiding me the entire 24 hours? Because I'll say this. Every time I left the stream and then I started watching it, you're on. And I'm like, wait a second. Look, I was on from 9 p.m. Oh my gosh. I was on from 9 p.m. till 4 a.m. my time. All right. And then that's 6 as soon as as soon as I leave, I turn the phone back on. It's you and Mark. I was like, y'all couldn't come say hi. I was on there for 12 hours.
I was on the schedule for 6 a.m. Yeah.
Look, maybe he was just tired of seeing you on a Tuesday, and it wasn't on a Tuesday, and I don't know.
Gotta keep him wanting. Yeah, gotta keep him wanting. If you give him everything he wants, and
we went. It was so fun. In the middle of the night, there was like 10 of us on a screen. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here, 4 o'clock in the morning somewhere else, and we couldn't shut up. It was a great time, man.
Yeah, every time I opened up YouTube just to see what was going on, it was like there was a main image, and then there was like 14 boxes on the side with all different people in it.
William was there the whole time.
Wait, Jeffrey, Jeffrey, what was your No, Jeff, are you Shiggity? Is Jeffrey Shiggity? Shiggity, is that you?
That's so funny. Ryan said, can we get Ash to sketch an AF-14 for the auction?
Shiggity was on. That is Shiggity, my guy. We're family.
Dude on the cover.
Everybody take a moment. Shiggity was on there for Shiggity's the man. He was there holding it down the entire night, long before I ever popped in and did nothing, and long after I left. So Shiggity, what a pleasure it was to meet you. I didn't know that was you in there. Nice. Cool.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm going to let Nathan do his humble comment here, but the people don't even get the opportunity to do what they did if you didn't have the vision with Jake, and I know some others helped as well, but
William was there the whole time. Sorry, William stayed a part of the entire thing for the entire 24 hours. I actually,
he did.
Yeah, I don't even like being awake for 24 hours.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he took the phone in the bathroom and hung out, the whole thing.
Yeah.
How many people right now on the toilet watching this show?
I would be. If
I'll never say it out loud.
Just kidding. Hey, there's only one reason why you can stay on for 7 hours straight. We know what that chair really is.
Yeah. Yeah. During Dave EnderCon, I had to run to the bathroom a couple of times. I was like, nah, this ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
High State, see you, bud. Look, Ken was there too. Nate with me. But Kent was there. It was great. Yeah, it was really, really special. So good job, guys.
That was awesome, man. That was so awesome.
Community does big things. Imagine that. Imagine that when you band together and you do something for good and it works. I mean, we raised at Dave EnderCon like $1,800 and just on the raffle. So
yeah,
cheers to everybody that took part in that. And next year I'll make sure that I'm around and not working.
Yes.
Yeah. Ken, you're probably close to the truth. That's for sure. Justin needs his pillow. Yeah, I'm feeling it. Can you see it in my eyes? It is hitting me. Here it is.
Oh,
we'll just go live.
Dave, That's perfect. Dave, one night, just random conversation. One night I was telling you about an ex of mine that used to write the word feelings the wrong way, right?
Oh yeah. You
Feel,
told me about
F-E-E-L.
that.
But I messed it up. Like I thought she was saying,
Felon.
the way I was telling the story, I said she was writing it fell, F-E-L-L. No.
Felon.
It was complete. She was writing Phil, F-I-L-L. That's how she used to say
Feelings.
feelings, and that's how she used to spell it. So when I would get a love note from her, it would say my feelings for you, and it'd be F-I-L-L, and I'd be like, this girl.
Did she think that maybe
all
you were a
that
dentist?
jello fillings.
Maybe she thought you were a dentist. Yeah,
Maybe.
Dr. Manu.
I was sweet. No, she was saying I'm sweet. Her feelings.
Her feelings.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, when Justin says feelings, he says my feelings.
My feelings.
My feelings.
I'm all in my feelings.
I want you all to have a marvelous evening, have a marvelous day.
Venom Collector, it is late, and we can take it there.
Oh,
I am all out.
Is everybody going to come to West Coast Wednesday tomorrow? Because it's my last show for 3 weeks.
Please come.
I gotta go say hello to
Ryan,
my friends in the UK.
Venom Collector. He put it on the screen. Real quick. He put it on the screen. You don't do it, you're gonna get banned. Okay, he's keeping it there. He doesn't understand what it says.
Yeah, her heart.
Yeah, that's right.
Her heart.
That is absolutely correct.
Feelings.
Ooh, feedback.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Can you hear that? How does my voice sound? How does the new microphone sound, by the way, Manu?
Is there perhaps speak what?
I said, how does my new microphone sound?
Hey, that's terrific. You got one.
I know.
I love it. I think it's a fantastic. We all have one now. All three of us have the same one. I'm obviously not using it right now, but all three of us have it. That's incredible. Mattis says, is there perhaps a reasonably priced 316 tomorrow? Mattis, unfortunately, Dave might have one. I don't have any 316s for sale at the moment.
That are not cards.
Yeah, we've got.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I've got the 316 cards.
Hey, I met Marvel Marshall this weekend. He came to my booth and introduced himself.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah. He was the Spidey Hits friend at the show.
That's awesome.
Apocrack just subscribed to Dave's channel, and he will be hanging out with us tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're gonna do some giveaways tomorrow night too.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. It just is what it is.
I'm going to give away Justin, actually. He's not going to Canada. I'm freezing him in carbonite. And
Dave, you got one of these? You got one of these that I don't have any of?
You can get me in a flat rate box.
That's right. Actually, Boba Fett's going to just deliver you.
Okay.
I think I got outbid on a 316 9.6 full Todd Auto on eBay the other day. What did it sell for? I'd like to know. And was it a direct or a newsstand?
Speaking of 316, can we just turn the camera and show everybody on the wall?
Show them. There you go.
Yeah. So that was a print that maybe some people on this channel probably haven't seen, but it was a print done by Stance when they did the socks for the Venom movie. Manu, I didn't mean to kill your thunder with the Max.
No, actually, it's probably for the best.
But that print was done on they did 3 colorways and they did 100 each and was sold in this very cool box set. It's the first time that like a Giclée, lithograph print was ever authorized of Todd's art.
Oh, very nice. I want the Maximum Carnage QVC Manu. Stop triggering me, my friend. So that's what I was about to show. But I'll show it last week. Anyway, I won't talk too much about stuff. But this is a red leather bound book that has, I forgot the issues in here, but it's got the Maximum Carnage series in here. And it was QVC exclusive. It came with the Sega and the Nintendo QVC packs in 1994. It's one of the items in there. The boxes were limited to 5,000, so that leads me to believe that this was limited to 5,000. And one of the boxes last week, complete but open, had the video game sealed, the 3 pins, and this book. That's the full contents of the box. The video game, 3 pins, and this book sold for $5,000. This book's extremely difficult to find. I am going to sell it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's that. Well, I mean, I hope to sell it tomorrow because that's only half the thing. I got to make it available and someone's got to pay for it. So hopefully I sell it
That's
tomorrow.
how sales work, though.
Yeah, it's in plastic. That's why it's looking like that. But it's red leather, textured.
It'd be funny if that was like a library copy. That's why it had plastic on it.
That's funny. That's funny.
Ryan, I don't have a 9/8 Voltron #1. I have a bunch of raw copies though, probably, but not available tomorrow.
It ended at 456, which means it was a direct edition.
In-game,
And that's
cool.
Yeah.
Hot toys.
Hot toys.
That's-
Hot toys.
That's really nice.
You know, when you put a toy in the oven, it becomes a hot toy.
Mike's asking how much. Am I supposed to say the price of stuff?
Yeah, we'll wait till tomorrow.
You gotta
Mike, I'm
start
gonna
if you want.
tell Mike. I'm gonna tell Mike. No one else listen. I'm gonna tell Mike.
Why
Mike,
even
listen. Mike, it's in good shape. I don't think it's in as nice a shape as the one on eBay, but the one on eBay is 540. Then there's one on eBay for 250 plus 50 shipping. It's coming from Singapore. And then there's one with a huge dent on it for 250. I'm going to be in that middle range somewhere because it's a nice condition and it's not coming from Singapore because no one wants to deal with that shipping. That would be terrifying. So I'm going to be at 325 or best offer. That means you can make an offer, of course, but I'm at 325 or best offer, includes shipping. It's not in perfect shape, but it's in good shape. And it's not $550 like the good shape one on eBay. That's my pitch.
Jeffrey's going to come visit me.
I can confirm he has all the comics.
Yeah, you haven't even seen anything yet.
Who, Jeffrey's got a big collection? Oh, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeffrey, let me know when you're here. Reach out. I may not be in town. If you're here at the end of the month, I will be. To my friends who are in the UK, I'll be visiting you very soon.
Good scene.
Ryan, for you, $15, of course, man, of course.
And I'll take the Ultimate Fallout newsstand for $25.
Dude, you got it.
Cool.
Got it. I'll put that 25 towards the shipping.
Yeah, Justin hasn't seen that room yet, but it is a room plastered. The walls are just Turok ones and Spider-Man ones. I actually have Todd McFarlane in a room over there. Yeah, yeah, he's over there too.
Yeah, his mouth tied up.
Yeah, everything's just. Reboot.
Yeah.
So we were at 100 and some odd. Now we're at 68. Is that because I talk too much, or is that because it's 1:30 in the morning on the East Coast?
It was partially my rant on the Ultimate Fallout 4.
I wasn't
I
paying
was a big
attention.
part of that rant.
No.
What time are we going on tomorrow, Dave?
7 p.m. Pacific time, so 10 p.m. Eastern time.
7 p.m. Pacific time. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, are you going to bring some books back to sell on your stream? My stream tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow's a sale. Tomorrow's West Coast win. Actually, tomorrow is West Coast Wednesday.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, there's two rooms.
Patrick, yeah, we'll hold it down, Patrick. We'll hold it down.
Yeah, I'm having a great time, but he's tired.
I'm fading.
This man flew from a corner of the country to the other corner of the country, and then he's
He
got to fly
did,
to
man.
another country tomorrow.
Yeah.
Look, man, both of you guys are high functioning, ultra productive people. And it's like, it's inspiring. Doesn't make me any more productive, but it's it's something.
Hey, from the UK.
Oh no, I'm
Hey,
gonna
homeboy
be doing some heavy comic hunting in the UK, both London and all over Scotland. I'm going to a Comic-Con in London, so that'll be fun to experience that. And expect a lot of interesting content. I'm going to be filming a lot, and I'm going to be buying a lot of books that I can find. Ooh, look at one of those. Those are sweet.
But look, guys, this is going to be for sale tomorrow, but this is not the normal one.
It's the
I'm not going to take it out of it's the one with the web of Spider-Man back.
Nice.
Out of the 30 or 40 of these on eBay, there's only one with the back that this has, and it's a 9.8, and he's asking $2,500. And I have a 9.8 of that as well. And the 9.8 I have is signed by Todd, full Todd, Todd, in
I've heard.
silver. And I'll sell that if someone wants it, but it's $1,700.
No
But
idea.
this will be for sale tomorrow too. It's going to be
Matthias
for
Todd.
someone.
I don't know.
What's he doing? And so, yes,
If
come
you
by
get Todd
tomorrow. Just
McFarlane
hang out.
on you, do you have to buy yourself every time you look in the mirror?
Yes.
See
Yes.
Todd by Todd.
See Todd by Todd. I'm gonna buy that tomorrow. I'm gonna
I'm going to show the back of it.
all right, show the back of it.
Yeah. All right.
Toward.
Toward, yeah. All right, question for you, Manu, while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Did you watch the DeSantos interview that I did?
I'm going to tell you why, Mattis. Yes, of course. Brother, you have no idea what I went through to make sure I saw the whole thing. You were in my pocket. I didn't have my earphones, so I had the speaker on loud. I was at Michael's. I was at an auto parts shop with your voices coming out of my sweatshirt. So I didn't miss a moment.
Southern voice.
Yeah.
Echoing
Yeah.
through.
Everybody's like,
Yeah.
in Pep Boys, they're like, what is that? Why does it sound so?
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about it.
We
Justin,
haven't.
you did an
That's all right.
incredible. Let's talk about it. You lead into it, but I got so many nice things to say about that thing, that episode, that show, Dan.
Well, look, let me give my lead into it.
Yeah.
Like background stuff, right? So I reach out to Dan Wednesday and was like, hey, look, would like to do this. Oh yeah, that looks good.
That's the back. The every other one has an advertisement of some movies on the back. This, for some mistaken reason, actually has the Web of Spider-Man 1 Charles Vest back. No one can explain why. It's extremely rare. I have no idea why. And I have them because I specifically sought them out for 3 years and bought every single one I could. And I'm the only person that I know that has them.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Except for the people that I've sold them to. Carry on.
But anyways, he agreed to come on Thursday, which was beautiful because it was, to me, so close to the announcement.
Yeah.
And I was nervous, not like nervous to be live or even that, but just wanted to honor the work that he's done and give him a chance for the community to see that. And what I told him going into, I was like, look, my job as I see it here is to just create a relaxed environment, to not like try to trick you with questions, but ask questions that's going to get you to that relaxed place.
Yeah.
And
Open the door.
And I had watched a few videos of him that he had done in the past. Like there's videos like 10 years old that he's done interviews. And basically he was like asked the same thing over and over again. And I was like, I'm just going to tell people they can go watch those interviews. Like if they want to hear like how you started painting and all that kind of stuff, like you've done that a number of times. And but man, he was just such a humble guy. Like he was really easy to interview, I guess is what I would say is. And dude, he just got so relaxed. He just started sharing all kinds of information that I don't think he was supposed to be sharing. And hey, look,
you have that effect on people, Justin.
All right, I do want to comment on this. DeSantos, he dropped what I would call a loving F-bomb. And
I missed that.
But when it happened, I went, okay, he gets one. He's not getting two.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Did you say that or did you think?
No, I didn't. He wasn't even looking at me when he said it.
Okay, gotcha.
At least that's what I remember. And he was talking about his experience with Upper Deck and the Ark. And so I was like, that was just a.
Is there any chance I can get you to explain what the F-bomb is by saying it?
I have no desire to say it. So, but yeah, he just, again, that speaks to him getting relaxed.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
Yes, it does.
Having fun too.
And he did. I think he had I know he had a good time. He told me afterwards that he had a good time. And he ended up giving something really cool away. You don't get a checklist in the set.
And who won it? Oh, well, you'll tie in, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad that you went there. So, so he signed a checklist, which is not published yet, and he mailed it. So this person likely got it today or tomorrow.
One of one right now. Yeah,
and I mean it's kind of special because it's going to be a signed checklist from him before release that they can put in their binder as the checklist. But before True Blue Collectibles, Nathan did MentalCon, he won it that Thursday night.
Cool. That's really
how about some karma?
Yeah, that is. Hey, you do good things and good things happen to you.
He was asleep when he won it. He put in the hashtag, fell asleep, and it wasn't until well after the stream was over that he discovered that he won it.
That's great. That's great.
Because I was like waiting for him to kind of lose it in the comments, but he didn't. And
he lost it in his sleep.
Yeah, but it was man, it was such a good, like for me, like my experience of it, and the things that he shared, the stuff we got to learn. We got to learn that he painted for 1.5 years with almost no contact from Upper Deck.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So think about this. You're given a contract to do 135 paintings. And like I don't think they pay you up front. Like, you got to complete the job, right?
Right.
And so he ends up painting what I think he said it was 15 or something like that. I'll have to go back and listen to the interview. But when they finally kind of get back in touch with him, and so he does this without getting approvals for the paintings, and he paints in faith. And these paintings that he's doing, he's literally spending like 30 hours on each one. Yeah. And he's having to do a one every 3 days to stay on target. So I got emotional. I was like surprised he wasn't crying because he was talking about sending his family on a family vacation to Europe, I believe is what he says. And he had to stay home and paint. Oof. And, you think about the kind of, look, I mean, he's going to be fine. Like he's now, etched in the history of Marvel cards. I think it's going to be a blessing for him in many different ways, but there's a lot of sacrifice that goes in that, and your family feels the brunt of it. And, it kind of makes me like second guess criticizing some people, that do art in the future at that level anyways. If it's like hurry, don't care, like that's different.
That's different. Yeah.
That's different. And, man, it was an incredible interview. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Are you saying
it was such an incredible interview? And I mean, first of all, you had Amber. What up? Hi. Where is Amber? I don't.
She's
hello.
Hey,
and
Amber.
You had two super kind, super genuine people. I'm speaking about you, and we come to find that that Dan is such a nice guy.
Yeah.
And just the energy between the two of you is just an energy of positivity and love, right? Mm-hmm. It was really beautiful. And then I have to speak to the fact that in terms of lighting and presentation, and I'm going to say a secondary thing too, his setup is intentionally so gorgeous, right? The way there's paintings in the background, the way it's so beautifully lit, it's warm. And you can tell that he knows exactly what he's sending out into the world, because when he was showing you the Venom picture, he got really nervous and started to blush when he realized that you could see the background reflecting. And he's like, that's not intended. I don't want anyone seeing that. It's intentional. That's not. And you could tell that everything he does is intentional. And then the other thing that I enjoyed, this is just a selfish thing that I enjoyed. One day we were having a conversation about how artists send their images to the companies. And I said, I actually think painters and artists photograph their physical work. Like they set up a DSLR and they shoot it. And I was like, but don't quote me. I don't do that kind of thing, because people are talking about scanners and this and that. And he confirmed that. He said, no, the only way to get his visuals the way he wants them is to photograph them. He lights and photographs every painting and sends that file.
But it's not just photographs. He photographs them in quadrants.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then pieces them together. Do you realize the amount of work he went through to make sure that the best possible representation of his art is going to show up on the card?
Yeah. See, it's an interesting thing that happens, right? So at this point, these are just thoughts I'm having now. You have a recording artist, right? Mm-hmm. And you write the songs, you record the songs, so on and so forth. And recording artists these days have their own they have their own record label. I mean, their own production studios, right? Because you can buy all of this stuff and set it up in a room that's, you have to put some things into place, but you could get the job done. And then you give all of your hard work to the record label. And depending on the sort of contract you sign, they may take a bunch of it. They may take some of it. You don't know. But they have the machine, right? They have the vehicle to distribute, to market, to put it out there. And it's so interesting to think about the artists these days. They're really spending years of their life putting it together. And then the company does something that most artists can't, is actually manufacture and distribute. So they're necessary for that reason. But how interesting is that, right? Years went into creating it. And Upper Deck's going to print, cut, and ship it.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
For a lot more than they probably pay him.
Yeah, I can't speak to what he did or didn't get paid.
Yeah.
And but it was an incredible moment. I think the interview was both good and bad for the hobby, and I'll explain what I mean. Like, it's really good that these artists are getting to be known, like, personality wise, like, and I don't mean, like, he did an interview with Upper Deck, right? And maybe you watched it and got something out of it. It didn't move the needle.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Okay. But to see him just be himself and really be authentic about his journey with the art and the process and, you know, all that, I think it endeared people to the art even more. And that's what I'm saying is bad. Like, it didn't help the fact that more people are going to buy it and prices are going to be higher because of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying is, you know.
But hopefully he'll be able to, you know, his next project, whatever he's doing, his rate will go up and he'll get paid a little bit better for whatever he's doing next.
And you know what? He's doing a Patreon. And I don't know how you guys feel about Patreons.
I think they're great.
Wait, how do we feel about Patreons? Oh, I thought you were saying something negative. Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
I'm just saying. So he's doing a $5 and $10 Patreon, and you're going to get exclusive access to the art and how he's, you know, how he developed it. And I'm talking about like real behind the scenes look.
Sure.
He's he's detailing the journey about that. He's going to do giveaways that is going to include like stuff from masterpieces, and he's going to give access to original art and APs, meaning you can get a sketch commission from him on an AP stock, which is official stock for the set. So if you get an artist of the set, obviously he is the artist of the set, but sketch card or him as the artist on their AP stock, I mean, it's officially a part of the set. And
cool.
A lot of collectors wouldn't say they have a master set unless they have a sketch card that's box, you know, pack pulled, and then a sketch card that's AP of that artist. And so he's going to be very sought. He's going to be the most sought after artist in the set, right?
Sure.
So to get that access through the Patreon is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Patreon's a great way for artists, whether they're musicians, writers, or physical artists too.
And look what it does. I get nothing for what I'm about to say. Like,
sure.
He didn't give me the interview so I would pump his Patreon. There was no strings attached. This is just me like recognizing as a family man and a businessman, like what it can mean for him. Okay. But if he gets 1,000 people at $10 a month, like that makes a difference. And what that does is it actually might help lower some prices that he can deliver to the community because he's got the revenue reoccurring monthly from the Patreon, and you get the access. So you both win. You get something, you get access to something, you might get a better price of something, and he gets reoccurring cash flow. So I think it's pretty cool.
Oh,
I think so too.
The chapstick. He's ready to kiss us.
Always. I want it to be pleasant for you. It's going to be good for me no matter what. I'm kissing you, but I want it to be good for you too. You know?
I'll answer this for Alex. Alex, I'm only going to the national if I'm sponsored. Like financially, another trip like that is just too much right now for me with everything else I got going on. So if you see me there, you'll know I was sponsored.
I'll give you $5.
Like, I mean, I don't have to spend any money going.
I'll give you 10.
Andrew says sorry. I want to, and we'll
we're definitely going to get there. Venom says, without seeing the whole set, it's a bit early, but I'm thinking this MM art may be second favorite behind Just Go 2016.
It's looking really good, the artwork. I do want to speak to something. Andrew says, Justin, you've done a great job getting artist voices out there on your channel. Those interviews are always great. You have done an amazing job of that.
Yeah, that means a lot to me. If you I'm getting emotional because I'm sleepy too. If you go back, I'll put it on my Instagram story so you can easily find it. But I did a video where I was struggling with what kind of content I should make moving forward. Should it be Marvel Legends, Marvel Comics, or should it be Marvel cards? And it's this really weird video of me, like the lighting's terrible and all this stuff. And I got something to say about lighting for DeSantos in a second. But I just said, this is what I want to do. I want to make Marvel card content. To go back and watch that video, which I reflected on it this week, to now having DeSantos, the masterpiece artist, you know, within 24, 48 hours of him being announced on the channel, along with X-Men, you know, showrunners and now consultants, along with having 8 of the Fleer Ultra artists, which go back to the 90s artists of Ray Lago and Tom Fleming, and and then Bianchi's been on there, like
John Boy.
Yeah, John Boy's been on there. Like
Mm-hmm.
to think that the channel is now being seen as a place that those artists want to come. I got 2 artists message after the DeSanto saying, yeah, excited about the possibility of being on your channel.
Wow.
Like
That's cool.
It means a lot to me, and I see that it's serving them as well. So it's just really special.
Well, you're easy to talk to. You're pleasant to talk to. I mean, it's like why wouldn't you want to come on this channel? It's a great community you created.
Well, but that
100%.
It's the community, and he was able to come here. He had really great questions from the chat that night, which was really awesome to see them interact. And no, it was really cool. So thank you, Andrew. By the way,
I'm an artist. You can interview me anytime.
Right. Got you. I can do that. Thank you, RMS. DO6, you think he'll do a Kickstarter and provide? He mentioned Just Go's Kickstarter when he mentioned wanting to do some type of coffee table book in the future, but he also mentioned struggling with licensing and getting the rights to do that. And so, but I suspect he can get it. Okay, so Manu, before we go live, he's looking at both of our setups. He's like looking at the size of my head and the size of his head, and he wants to move the camera so our heads are like similar in size. I'm like, I'm sorry, I got a little bit bigger head than you. I can like go back,
He is all about presentation, which is why he's the masterpiece artist, man.
Yes, and he said it. He's like, I'm a little OCD, but it's gonna be right. Like that's the thing. He's gonna do it right.
Can we talk a little bit about?
I just want to shout out my friends here, the Random Red Shirt Podcast. I was on their channel. They cover a lot of pop culture stuff, but primarily Star Trek. And they've had some big time Star Trek actors and actresses on their channel. So if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you check out their YouTube channel.
William just said
Random Red Shirt. I know that is a reference to something that I don't know, but I just like the name. I just like the Random Red Shirt.
The red shirts were like the kind of the people that just got killed first, weren't they? Like, weren't the red shirts kind of like the expendable ones?
I have no idea. You'll have to ask them.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to get to this. Is a fun question, so I want to do that. But Christopher said,
"Oh, there's Amber."
He says, "I still kind of miss Spidey Jew." Look, I'm still Spidey Jew.
Actually, right now, the two of us sitting together, Spidey Jew.
Yes, Spidey and the Jew.
See? Now
that's the 09.
There you go, the 09.
It's full circle.
Oh my.
All right. Some people have no idea what we just talked about.
Yeah, that's okay.
No.
Okay, so Bob. Great question. He says, we know Dave's ultimate interview is Todd McFarlane. Okay.
Yes.
But what is both of yours?
Oh my gosh, I never think about this. Justin, you go while I think, because I never think.
I don't have an answer either.
I mean,
what would be my ultimate? That's a great question.
I mean, yeah, I heard everybody already knows mine.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, Dave would be an incredible interview on many levels.
Don't take my
name, Todd.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, who? Man, that's a tough question.
I mean, I could see you enjoying interviewing a guy like Mark Bagley.
Yeah, Mark Bagley. He was mean to me at Comic-Con.
Okay.
That's so funny. It's on video too. It's hilarious.
That story one day.
He goes, you didn't bring no cash, dude?
Okay,
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, so William just nailed it. I actually thought about this today.
Yeah, come on, yeah.
My thought today was, there's no doubt who I am today, if Stan was alive, would be after that interview.
Sure.
I would be absolutely after that interview. I strongly suspect that he would actually want to talk about Marvel cars because of the impact it had on Marvel, meaning both good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
And what has me wanting to ask this question. So Stan passed away, 2019?
Yeah, November 2019.
November
It's my birthday.
2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
And was he active on social media?
Not really. I don't think he personally was.
Yeah.
He probably was a long time ago. Like maybe he had some stuff on Twitter when, 10 years ago when Twitter first started, but
Right.
I don't think he was active on social media.
Got you. I just wonder how. It had me thinking, like, how would I get to him?
See, you would have been better interviewing Stan like 25, 30 years ago, because kind of towards the last 15 years, he was on a kind of like a dialogue, like he always kind of said the same thing. It's really hard to find interviews with Stan where he kind of breaks character.
Yeah.
There's a couple you can find. But much like, so I just met Jim Steranko this past weekend. My God, you have to meet that man, because he is everything that we kind of love about our grandfathers, like people that age. He tells these stories, whether they're true or not. They are amazing stories. He is a storyteller by nature and by trade. And I asked to try and get him on my channel. And he said, he was very nice about it. But he's like, look, if I go on your channel, I have to go on his channel and that person's channel.
Yeah.
But then I approached him after the con and I said, look, here's my card. Just in case, by an outside chance, you ever want to go and talk and tell your stories and a bunch of people that love comics, I want to be that guy. And he said, well, look, if you're really serious about this, he said, I'm 85.
Yeah.
I have to make every second count. He's old.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't just go on a YouTube channel for free. If you wanted to do a thing where it was ticketed, then we could work it out. And I said, all right, I'll try and figure out a way to do it. And I may just, maybe see what his appearance fee is and see what we can get going.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, the man, he is the last. Now with us losing John Romita, he's the last of that era. I mean, he started working for Stan when it was still timely. And he told me the story.
He was doing the Sergeant.
He was doing Sergeant Fury, but he was doing stuff before that. And he told me the story about how Wally Wood, who he basically called, like he met Wally Wood, and Wally Wood called Stan and said, give this kid a job. I mean, he learned from Jack Kirby. He is literally the end of this line of people that can tell us that, he was there from the beginning, and his mark on comics is, as long as we have the X-Men logo as we know it, then Jim Steranko will have his mark on comics just in that alone. And so I would love to get him on the channel, but if we could ever figure out a way to interview him, I mean, you're going to be listening to him talk for 3 straight hours, but the stories are amazing.
I'm used to being on live with Manu, so.
Yeah, come on. I'm going to speak to what RMS said here. Oh, what?
No, I know already, so yeah.
Yeah, so he says, whoever created Wizard magazines, I think Manu would interview. And so this is, look. Wait, what's the laugh? What happened?
Because I
never meet your heroes, right?
Yeah, and that's what happened, right? So his name is Gareb Sheamus. He's the founder. He and I became friends a few years ago when I posted the first ever 9/8 Wizard that he had ever seen. I posted it on my. I'm going to tell the story.
Yeah.
I post Wizard issue number 9 in the 9.8. No one had ever seen a 9.8 Wizard posted anywhere. And I purposely posted that prior to my Grail Wizards because I was leading up to that. And so I posted a Wizard number 9. There were only 2 on the census. I owned one at the time, obviously. And then I had somebody named Gareb Sheamus leave a comment. And all the comment did was tag 3 other people. And I like to engage with anyone that comments. And so I said, thank you. And I went and looked at the 3 other people, and the only page that seemed like a page of relevance, I engaged with it, they followed back, something of that sort. A week or 2 later, I didn't know who the guy was, right? A week or 2 later, I saw a video on YouTube, and it was like the rise and fall of Wizard. And I was like, I got to watch this. And so I pressed play. And in the first, Gareb, if you're watching this, I apologize. I didn't make that video. But the video starts and it goes, it basically in the first 10 seconds was like, Gareb Sheamus is responsible for the collapse of comic books, like in other words, right? And I was like, Gareb Sheamus? I know that name, because you don't forget that name. And I was like,
course.
someone named Gareb followed me the other day and left that comment. So I go back to my Instagram and I see that name and I was like, oh my gosh, the founder of Wizard. So I DM him. I said, you're the founder of Wizard? And then he responds. He goes, yep, that's me. I said, dude, I got to show you all kinds of stuff. And I just start sending him things. And he's like, what the, how do you have this? I can verify that that's real. I remember when that was in the office. Where did you get that from? And I fall in love. I'm just like, wow, the person that created the thing that sort of created a lot of me.
Yeah.
Well, nothing create. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really incredible. Now, when I had that relationship with him at that distance, right, where we're just sharing things with each other through the DM, there's no expectations, there's no involvement, there's no business together. It was very pleasant. Now, I'm not going to say too much more right now. Maybe one day, I'll elaborate. I met I know some more of his family. And listen, no, see, now it already sounds really bad. But like something put a bad taste in my mouth once I had some dealings with another member of his family. I don't have anything bad to say about the people other than we had some bad. There's just something that rubbed me the wrong way. But I would like to interview Gareb, sure, but more just, I don't think I want to interview anyone. I think interviewing is for you two, and I don't want to, right? Because you remember when Eric and Julie Lewalt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always say Erica and Julie, like it's not. So it's Eric, obviously.
Julia.
The Lewalt.
Yeah. Like when you were interviewing them and I was there, you were asking all the right interview questions. What did I ask? I said, when did you guys, start dating?
Yeah.
Like, I care about the human aspect of it. If I interviewed Gareb, I would ask him the sort of questions that he would not want anyone to ask him. And in fact, one day he responds to everything because we have a dialogue. We have an open dialogue. But one day I asked him a question in a voice note and I said, listen, man, this is going to be real forward. And I asked him, and sure enough, he didn't respond to that. He touched on other points, but he did not respond to the one question that was of like, real significance. Because like, why'd you do that? Or not him. I was asking him about someone that he knows, right? Yeah. And I didn't get an answer. But I don't think I'd make a good interviewer because people would be like, bro, you can't hear that.
First of all, that was a great question. I think everyone loved it. It's a great interview question.
Good, cool.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is somebody like him, much like Stan Lee or Jim Steranko or anybody that's in charge of something, keeper of secrets or in charge of a business. They're not gonna go on the record and answer the questions that we want. Like I would love to talk to Sheamus, but he won't. There's no way that man will acknowledge that the role he had to play in the downfall of comics in the 90s. He will never admit. And I know too much.
Dave, I didn't even want it when you and I first met each other, you would say that and I'd be like, don't say that. He's my friend. Like, I don't want to think of him in that light. And then, but again, I want to emphasize this very, very much. He has never done anything wrong by me. Gareb and I still have a good relationship. I just got a little too close to other involvements. And that's where I was like, oh, so this is why people don't like some of this stuff. I see it now, and I got, I saw behind the curtain, right? Yeah. And that happened. And that's the same as meeting your hero. But Gareb and I, we're still solid. I think he's a really great guy. I think he's a nice guy.
Symbiotes by Nature just pointed out, if you ever want to hear somebody go off on Gareb Sheamus, listen to Liefeld's podcast about Wizard Magazine.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
Didn't Rob go off on everybody?
Yeah, but not like this.
Okay,
not like that. He went to fly from California to New Jersey to beat the heck out of Sheamus.
Oh,
yeah,
to that level.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Steve Irwin.
Yeah,
Crockett. Obviously, he's not live.
He was an amazing human.
Be great, yeah, for sure. Chris Claremont.
Yeah,
Chris Claremont was at Heroes Con, but I didn't get a chance to talk to him.
He's a very nice guy. I've talked to him before.
Friends, we really should put a lot of our energy into willing the Todd and Dave relationship. Now, I know it's just inevitable. It's going to happen. Todd and Dave are going to be friends. They're going to have waffles together in the morning. Dave's going to, Justin will come over and hang with them as well. We know it's going to happen, but let's will that thing to happen.
I took the one step. That night that you had the Lewalds on, I jumped
you did.
His Discord and asked him, and then I sent the podcast to one of his people who run his Discord, but I'm not done. I'm gonna persist.
Absolutely. Look, I mean, you have not because you ask not. Like it's not going to happen if you don't ask.
Sure.
It's just.
Yeah.
And I would love to interview Andrew. RS Cali RS. I saw a comment somewhere. It said, "You can interview me," is what he said. Like I can interview him. That's what I want. See, yeah, I want to interview collectors, dude. Like, yeah, and Andrew is. Yes, that's an interview I would do.
And I'm with you, and I'm not like against interviewing collectors. I do it all.
Of course,
do it all the time.
Sure.
Like, we have this kind of, but there's something special about interviewing creators.
Yeah. You want to talk
No, you're the man for the job.
Yeah.
Like, you're the man. I would not. That's the thing. If we have you to do it, I wouldn't step into that role. Justin's got that covered.
Well, yeah. Usually when there's an interview and Manu's just listening, you can see Manu's.
It's not his favorite thing when I bring somebody on.
No, but I watch. I know. I know.
When I tell him, he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
No, it just means I don't get to talk. I like to connect with the human, right? Like I want to know, what was the first date? What's your favorite color? Like I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like, sure, we could talk about how you created that thing I fell in love with, but I'm already in love with it. I don't care. What'd you do yesterday? I'm just weird that way.
What's your morning routine?
Yeah.
So that night, they just said, "Hey, by the way, if you want the original paintings for the cartoon that they
You
used
guys
in
bought them all.
film sales, you can go to Van Eaton's and it's on sale there." And I don't know, I think like 8 or 10 people in the live jumped on there.
Every day I'm seeing them pop up. Our friends showing what's coming in the mail every day.
I had to go because we were live. Some of the stuff that I definitely would have been like, that'd been nice. It was already gone, but that's fine. I got some really, really nice pieces. But I just gotta wonder, what is Van Eaton thinking? Like,
They were charging nothing, right? They were super cheap.
They were anywhere from like $100 to $500.
Well, Justin, your channel had never I guess no one knew. And then when it popped up on the channel, people know. It's not like there were thousands of pieces there. There were 100 and something people watching the stream, I'd imagine. Over 1,000 people have seen it, after it posted. Van Eaton probably doesn't get that kind of awareness on a regular basis. I didn't know the name Van Eaton.
Well, what they did, I thought about this later. I was like, okay, if I'd have stumbled onto the Van Eaton website, I probably still would have bought something.
Sure.
But the creator said it's the real deal. Like, they gave us that kind of provenance, live.
Yeah.
And to go on there and find these film cells that were used to make, our childhood cartoon was really incredible.
That's super cool.
But I was pretty upset because I was working on creating the Instagram reel. And I was doing it while we were also like getting in the car, driving to go. Our daughter was trying out for a new play called Big Fish.
Ooh, based off the Tim Burton movie.
Yeah. And
Tim Burton.
And so anyways, and we're getting out of the car and anyways, my wife turns off the Jeep and it's like starting to get really, really hot and we got to go in. I was like, I was like trying to post and edit. Anyways, it posted with no music.
Oh.
And the reel did well, but it would have like really hit if the music would have saved. And I don't know how it didn't. Like I put the music in there. Like I never went back and deleted it in the reel. But so now if you
watch the reel of you opening the piece that you bought,
there was no sound. But I had some really nice X-Men music that was going to go with it.
There's a bunch of
yeah.
There's a lot still left.
Yep. And I actually think they may be like adding some, like as some of it sells. But
where do we get the Spider-Man animated series?
I know that's what I really wanted, and there was none on there on the website. Dude, I would love. Could you imagine if you could get the full actual painted cells of Spidey, Venom, and Carnage all on?
Stop it.
Are just Spidey and Mary Jane?
Y'all are FOMOing yourself into something that's not even out.
No, it's gotta be on a website somewhere, and I want them.
Yeah, there's
Preview
so
for
much.
tomorrow's sale.
But here's the thing.
McFarlane Art subscription comics. These are still sealed. These were mailed to collectors. These are both for sale tomorrow.
Very cool.
See top
Yes,
by.
sir.
But I will say this: if holding those film sales in person, the scale and the quality, like they're actually painted really well. They're
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I've had some sales,
Yeah.
and there's some really good stuff still available. It's not super expensive. Like, the thing about, I might have to buy that one.
Yeah,
Omega
cool?
Red's wrecking Wolverine.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But the thing is you get the background.
Yeah,
And-
you get both.
And
You guys, that's not a good idea. You're gonna make me price it high. Stop it. Stop claiming it. I didn't price it yet. You're giving me incentive to. I'm just teasing. I'm still gonna make it really reasonable.
It's Apocrack. It's Van Eaton. vegalleries.com.
yeah,
I mean, there's so much of it left. The thing about animation art, it's
it's a lot of sales.
Yeah, because each scene, let's just say a 25-second scene, could be like 100 cells.
Right.
Or more. So there's plenty to go around. But you can get some fun stuff.
Yeah.
You can get a Jubilee long shot one for $175.
Yeah.
So
The Wolverine and Spiral was cool.
Dude, a Venom cell from the animated series. I must need own have.
Yeah. So if I could interview Christopher Daniel Barnes, I would like that. He's the voice of Spider-Man and, the Prince and Ariel, but Spider-Man more important.
I got to show you something when we're done with this. It's going to blow your mind.
Awesome. Andrew says the favorite part of my reel was the Crocodile Dundee knife. I used to open it. All right. That's because I could not find the scissors, but I did go buy a pair later that afternoon. So.
So I acquired this a while ago,
Yeah.
and I probably should get it framed.
What is that?
This is a Dynamic Forces.
Oh yeah, this is cool.
Series.
Signed by Ramita.
Yeah, signed by John Romita. And it's a cell.
That's very cool.
That is super cool.
You can see it signed by John Romita right there. Numbered.
Oh, put it back on the white background.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. And speaking of the animated series, this is all based off the animated series art, their character design.
Nice.
It certainly
really cool.
is.
Where'd you get that?
My secret sources.
Secret sources.
I mean, it's long sold out.
I actually have a source for that, but I don't know if I have the signed. No, not the signed ones. Not the signed ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't actually. I'm not saying I wouldn't interview Alex Ross. That wouldn't. I would probably just talk about some of the art that inspired me to draw as a kid if I was to interview him. But I got a question. So obviously there's not another Stan Lee, right?
No.
But who would be like the equivalent of that today in the comic space?
Nobody. There is nobody.
Venom Collector. I'll talk about that in just a
The
second.
comics doesn't have a figurehead. Like the closest thing would be, and it's not even on the same spectrum, would be Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige is who I was
But I
thinking
think Favreau is actually more important than Feige. Favreau's the creative. Feige's he's a really great person,
Yeah.
but Favreau.
But who hires Favreau?
Actually, I think it was Avi Arad.
Maybe a Rod.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would like to interview Feige.
Both of them together would be
To do
cool.
that interview they did together
So
recently
good.
was really
Yeah,
good.
the Iron Man 15th
Mhm.
anniversary was perfect.
That was a great interview.
Yeah. Jim Lee's cool, but the problem is with Jim Lee's a yes man. Jim Lee doesn't have much to say in the way of
Jim Lee's with DC now.
Yeah, he's a talented artist, and like watching his production, like when
He learns
does-
quick. I'll give him that.
with his live drawings is cool, but he's a yes man. He is. Yeah, James Gunn, more interesting than Jim Lee.
Definitely not a yes man.
No.
Hitman, Hitman would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'll tell you though,
Donnie Cates will be a fun interview.
Cates is a lot of fun. Cates and Stegman did an interview with McFarlane about a year ago, which was fantastic. I mean, Todd's the guy.
Todd's the guy.
Yeah, he's
Todd's the
you
guy.
wanna talk to.
But are you actually interviewing him?
Yes, because and you'll never ever hear me say this in I will never advertise this person's skills or this person's channel. But Comic Tom's interview with Todd was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
He got him.
It was like 3 parts.
Yeah, he got him to talk about things that were outside of the Todd spiel. But there are interviews that he's done, like the one he did with cartoonist Kayfabe was really good. But Todd, when you get him outside of his, the good Todd, bad Todd, dad Todd,
you gotta be like, hey Todd, you're actually not on trial.
Yeah,
you don't have to defend anything. You don't have to prove anything.
Right.
Can we relax?
But he's an interesting guy. Rob Liefeld's an interesting guy to talk to when you can get.
I want to ask Todd how much money he has, how many checking accounts he has, like stupid stuff. Like, hey, just level with me.
Yeah.
How far are you in your career? You're the man.
The ceramic tile countertops in your kitchen. It looks so bad.
And I would never ask someone how much money they have. That's a ridiculous question. But I want to know things, not stuff.
Crack brings up a guy that I would love to talk to. Quesada was there for the most important part of Marvel Comics in the last 40 years.
And he was a huge part of Marvel cards too.
Yeah.
And so he played a significant role in Marvel cards.
Yeah. He would be interesting to talk to. Bill Jemis would be interesting to talk to because he was there at the same time as Quesada in the beginning of the 2000s, which gave way to the MCU. If you didn't have Quesada take over, you wouldn't have what we've got now. I don't think.
Blue Juju, that's a very important question.
Boxers and briefs. Todd probably walks around. I don't even want to suggest. You've seen that card of him where he's swinging the baseball bat, wearing no shirt.
Todd was most certainly a briefs guy, and he's probably a boxer briefs guy now because society has conformed him a bit. But he was definitely a briefs guy.
William, one of the Hildebrand brothers, is long dead. He's been dead for about 10 years.
I don't know if it's Tim, but it's been a while.
Yeah. So you can Tim is still alive. I forget if I can't remember. Yeah, I would love to. It would be a really interesting. I mean, he seems like a really friendly interview. Robert Kirkman, and he's another important figure that I'd put him on the level of these guys. Well, RMS, why Todd bought.
I want to interview RMS.
The why Todd bought the McGuire and the Bonds baseballs. It's like one of the cooler things he talks about. He wanted to do the sports toys, but none of the MLB, the NHL, the NBA, or the NFL would give him a license to the teams,
right?
Because it's 2 separate licenses. It's team and
player.
Yeah. And so what he did is like, okay, I'm going to buy these baseballs to show everybody that I'm serious. And it was like the next day, the MLB called him and said, okay, let's talk toys. I mean, the man single-handedly revolutionized, or not single-handedly, but had a hand in revolutionizing comics as well as almost single-handedly revolutionizing the toy industry as we know it today. And
yeah, man, Todd is that guy.
Yeah. A non-angry John Byrne. Does that even exist?
To hear Todd tell his story where he goes to the toy fair and sets up and wins.
The Toys R Us rep was walking around. Yeah.
Insane. I mean, I hear you say he's the guy, but it's things still had to work out. Like he had to be there, right? Like, luck favors the bold kind of thing.
Well, his tenaciousness is really what inspires me. Like when you listen to him talk about it, and he says it, he's like, I'm not the best. It's just nobody ever challenged me. Yeah. Nobody ever, and my persistence in trying to get him on the channel is going to be like what he says. Just keep bothering.
It's going to happen, dude.
RMS. Oh, sorry.
No.
RMS, Todd's first love being baseball, is probably what makes him, so impactful in the comic space. Because when if comics were truly his first love, he probably would have softened his business approach, which, he used to like really forge a future that wouldn't have existed otherwise.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it becomes too sacred. You can't do this. You can't do that. Oh, you're not supposed to do this. And he's like, Yeah,
I will save the words, but yeah. You know who else is somebody I'd love to speak to? I know he's a really nice guy. Ramita Jr.
Yeah, he is. He seems really kind. He was at Heroes Con too. I
Mhm.
did get to say hello to him. He's ripped too.
Oh yeah,
Where did I put?
yeah. And he's. I mean, look at this point. You know, his legacy is now it's 40 years plus in comics. Like
He's got his own legacy.
Yeah.
Obviously, his father's top of mind right now for obvious reasons.
Mhm.
But he's done his own thing.
Oh, yeah.
He's lived up to it, and he said
There,
that in his eulogy, not eulogy, like in his post. You know,
Mhm.
what were you saying, Manu?
oh no, I was just gonna say like there are books that I started looking more at which Ramita did which work, afterwards because I was just
Mhm.
curious, right? And I have little things that I mean they're not silly to me that I love, like that Disney Adventures with Spider-Man on it, and I was like that feels Ramita, so I looked at it and it's signed the Ramitas, right? So
Oh,
both of them
cool.
worked on
Yeah.
it, which is really cool, and I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
never really paid those that much attention, right? I was just like, oh, it's Ramita, but to the Ramitas, which is really cool. Which brings me to a question that Venom Collector asked. He said, "What happened with the Ramita business card?" It is with our friend Andrew, and I'm very happy about that. So congratulations, and was I supposed to reveal that? Yeah, I don't know, but it is with Andrew, and I don't know if I was supposed to reveal that.
That was funny to watch that from the sidelines. You guys all tanked each other, and I would guess I was
Yeah.
part of it too because you were like, "Bet you can guess it." I'm like, oh, "It's this, isn't it?"
It was definitely a destructive good time. Like
Yeah.
it was, I don't know what. I was just like, no, we got this. Is fun.
So everybody
But
threw their Molotov
I
cocktail.
will say the only saving grace is that Andrew got it.
Yeah.
I would have been sad had anybody else got it.
Larry,
I mean, there was some
If it's in Andrew's
conversation afterwards. I
collection
said,
better than mine.
say it again.
It fits in Andrew's collection better than mine.
Yeah.
It's perfect in Andrew's collection.
I wanna-
It is perfect. There.
Want to talk about what RS said. Larry Lieber would be interesting because he never was in the limelight, even though he, and Stan's brother, and he did so many books. He was responsible for so much, but he never took the limelight. And I wonder if that's, a little bit of Stan being Stan, and but who knows? Who knows? I guess it would be. It's
in the family.
All nepotism.
Yeah,
in the family.
I think I would like to interview someone who feels like they're never treated just like another human, like they're somehow like put on a pedestal or somebody wants something from them, like to be able to sit down with someone and they have an experience of like, oh yeah, I'm just another human like you, and you have me be relaxed and not,
Maybe you need to interview Harrison Ford because he doesn't like being famous.
He doesn't.
No.
Well, he's sure you can't tell by how all the movies that he's done.
Well, but that
yeah.
yeah. But I mean, you watch him in interviews sometimes, and he's uncomfortable. Yeah.
That's to your point. Like, hey,
it's just another guy.
Just another guy.
Yeah.
Let's see here. It's 1/8 news.
I think it's actually more than 1/8 Manu's.
Yeah.
No, he's just being sweet.
Did you see the Superman casting today?
I well, first of all, I love Rachel. What's her last name? Brosnahan. My God, I don't know if you've ever seen Miss Maisel, but she's perfect. I mean, she's amazing.
I know that show.
Yeah.
Wait, let me look her up.
She's going to be a great Lois Lane. Rachel is it Brosh?
Oh, it pops right up. Apparently, a lot of people write that in the search.
But the guy who's playing Superman, he looks like he could be Superman. I don't know him, and I didn't know Henry Cavill when they casted Cavill. Yeah. I mean, he's got a great jawline. And he's a good-looking dude.
Is it the angle? Yeah, my angle.
He was a giant head for a second. But here's the thing I have. I just want to say a little tangent. I see all these people complaining about it, except you never hear these people complain about Superman at all, or they never talk about Superman. So if you're one of those people that's complaining about Superman casting, you should just
That's a Superman-looking dude.
Just go to the store and buy a life.
Aisle 3. Superman doesn't have a beard.
Yeah, well, he's allowed to have a beard. He's at an award show.
I'm just kidding.
Superman can't.
I will say this. Is Lois a blonde?
No, but she's.
Okay.
I mean,
I just
Lois can do whatever she wants.
Just she definitely
She's an
has.
independent woman.
She definitely has the like quintessential girl next door beauty about
Oh,
her,
for sure.
which I do think
classic look.
is generally important for Lois Lane. Like I'm not saying they couldn't cast her to be like super attractive, and I'm not saying she's not super attractive. I'm just saying there is a girl next door quality.
Yeah. I mean, look.
You're saying she's not Megan Fox. That's a
Well,
different
Megan
quality.
Fox looks like a science experiment gone bad now.
It's a different quality, you know. Her last name is Fox. I mean, come on, what are you gonna do?
I love that. That's so good. The Rock is Jimmy Olsen. That would be too good.
William Johnson says the guy definitely looks like Superman. He's got a Superman quality. I mean, well, they casted him. They know what they're doing over there, I think.
Yeah, and look, Superman has to open his mouth and talk at some point, and we don't know. He's got enough of the look, but the overall persona may be what sells it.
And I don't think they would have cast somebody. They spent months on this. They spent months trying to figure out.
They gotta get it right.
I mean,
who's gonna watch the Barbie movie?
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Come on, it looks hilarious.
It looks. I mean, she turns into a human and then is facing like mortality or something, right?
But
Like,
Greta Gerwig and I guess it's Noah Baumbach wrote it. I forget who else.
I've lost the show.
I'm gonna watch it because of Mark. What's her name?
Ryan Gosling.
Her name. What's her name?
Margot Robbie. Oh wow! You can't cancel me.
But the thing is, he's not gonna watch a Marvel movie, but he's going to watch the Barbie movie because it has Margaret Robbie who plays in a DC movie.
Look,
none of this is lining up at all.
Wait, why am I getting dang Dave?
He left entirely.
He did. He's done.
He's like, fine, I'm just going.
Yeah.
I'm
Gotcha!
going. Got him.
We lost 56 viewers when you did that.
There's two people in here.
Yeah, so we got
the Mattel show. There we go.
We got some
people.
This is really bad. It's really cynical. But is anyone else like super satisfied that Flash movie is just a massive failure?
I saw it.
I have not seen it yet.
That wasn't my question.
I mean, it's a massive failure because nobody wants to support that movie anyway. Like,
because of the act. You know what? I shouldn't even speak on it. I don't know what he did. I really don't know anything about it. But people have told me that he's a bad person, and I just kind of attach myself to that thought.
It's just it. Look, we all know that DC sells tickets to one movie big time, and that when Superman comes out, that will be the next big movie. Well, but it's not a Batman movie.
I know.
Yo, that's disrespectful to Batman to have him in that film like that.
Is it?
Because no one cares because of the Ezra guy. So he's not getting his due.
Here's what it occurs to me as someone who is like, obviously this is the Marvel show, right?
All right.
Is like when you already canceled all the other actors and he was in the movie with the other actors, like, this is just a money grab. At least, I'm sorry. That's how it occurs to me. It's like, what can we put in here to spice it up enough to have people go to it?
They had to do a lot of damage control.
But it's going to really mean nothing in the end.
Yeah. Like Keaton
I haven't seen it, but
Keaton is Keaton, and now he's Keaton in an Ezra movie.
Well, if they were smart, and I think all of us will agree that they'll use this Keaton thing to do something Batman Beyond and use his character as that, because that
would be cool.
Yeah, that's what the story is.
The older Batman doing the Batman Beyond like that. That would be fun, but I don't know. It just didn't feel right. Yeah. It's like they're like, hey, we got to put a movie out in cycle. It's got to happen.
I'll say this: it was enjoyable for a movie. I will forget about it in a month.
Got you.
That's how most DC movies are with me, except the Batman.
And look, Marvel's put out some bad movies lately. Gore the God Butcher wasn't great. The Quantum Manium was not great at all, in my opinion. So it's
It doesn't matter anyway.
Wakanda Forever was good.
You're not gonna see a new movie for another year.
They just moved
with
up.
the exception of Marvel's. Well, Deadpool finished filming, but the reason why people are kind of forgetting, the reason why San Diego Comic-Con's having all these studios pull out, they have nothing to talk about.
Right.
There's the Marvels and maybe Loki season 2. I'm not sure if they finished that, but there's nothing getting made because of the strike. So, we're gonna have another little gap in new content coming out, which means, oh my god, people might have to read comics. Oh my god.
Hey,
not everybody who collects comics reads comics.
Not everybody that does anything reads, period.
This Carnage book is red leather, and that's all that matters.
Vegan selling leather.
Who doesn't read it?
First of all,
it's
not a vegan,
letters.
but I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted now because I don't support animal cruelty, and I have leather shoes.
But you didn't.
I'm actually conflicted.
This is where that path leads.
Confliction?
Just eat one burger a week. You'll live in this gray area of it's okay.
I gotta see how the animal was treated, how the animal was raised, what kind of life the animal. I want to see the animal say, "It's time to eat me now," because you raised me with love and I had a good life.
It was high in meat. They literally massage it.
That's Kobe beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is hanging in a factory the whole time, but they're giving it.
Stop.
Oh, there we
There's
go.
So many things. Anyway, back to Keaton.
Actors can't legally appear. I think all Marvel movies, all comic book movies have their redeeming qualities. I enjoy them for the most part because look, if I want Academy Award winning movies, I'd watch that, and I do.
Venom Collector. Oh my gosh.
So I watched Thor Ragnarok today on the flight over, and it was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. There's only one animal I remember being taken out. It's the big wolf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Blue Beetle. I actually still have not watched that preview.
Yeah, it looks like Iron Man. It looks like pretty much their version of Iron Man.
Okay.
Yeah,
that can work.
What's Marvel Marshall saying? Manu, don't try to butterfly affect your lifestyle. You won't. Oh, I think he's saying you won't make everyone happy. Butterfly effect. Wait, Dave. Educate me on what he's referencing. I know
butterfly effect is if a butterfly flaps its wings and
it affects everything.
Yeah.
I remember a very terrifying movie called Butterfly Effect. I remember it had me a little freaked out, certain visuals from that movie, maybe 15 years ago or so.
Jamie Foxx, I believe he had a bout with cancer recently.
Well,
is that what it was? Oh my gosh!
Was the family said it was overblown. He's fine, but I have
good. I hope so.
Actual results of that.
Yeah. I hope he's fine.
VP's with you. He's struggling with his leather shoes and being a vegan.
Just go barefoot.
I'm not a vegan. I can't stop eating cheese. I love cheese.
So you're a vegetarian.
I'm vegetarian.
Yeah. So is my cousin.
And I get this question. They're like, everyone always asks, "So do you eat fish?" Yes, it was alive. I mean, no. It's included in being a vegetarian. Yes.
Now we just found that. Yeah, the Matrix just glitched, and
no,
he's like,
I'm not.
Yes, I do.
What's it called?
It's alive.
Wait, what are the people that eat the fish? They're called apothecarians. What are they?
Oh my god, no! A pescatarian, an apothecarian filled with plants.
Apothecarian is a women's clothing store that sells candles and cute little yellow lights that I actually have in the other room.
What is happening? Venom 3, are we finally going to get Spider-Man versus Venom finally? God, I hope not. Because that movie was so bad, the second one. The only way that they could redeem in Venom 3 is by not making it. But they are.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Venom 3. I imagine it's going to be made, but I don't want to see Venom until we see Tom Holland play the role of a street-level superhero who then takes on the symbiote suit. Mm-hmm. And then
Venom is born.
Yeah, I want to see it play out that way.
I don't want to see Eddie, I'm hungry.
That was really good.
That was really good. Yeah.
If you want to, and if you want to see Spidey and Venom done right, the PS5 game is going to be amazing. The new Spider-Man game.
But
I'm not a huge fan of Symbiote Spider-Man in that movie, in that game.
Nice.
Eddie, I'm hungry.
Venom collector. He says, "I wonder if a butterfly burger would be good."
Not enough meat.
Stop. Who said that?
Venom.
This guy has got him today. He's got him today, man.
Eddie,
Oh,
I
that's
want
nice.
cheese.
Yes, we need the Venom symbol on the chest. Just do it. Like,
Yeah,
stop
and put the
messing around.
thing here. Put the white thing
Yeah,
here too.
but you know
You
what
don't want the black thing that like.
I want the Venom I want the 316 Venom. That's the Venom I want.
Oh,
the 316 Venom.
We got to do this. What did you think of my sorry, I'm
Spidey Claw?
Sleep.
Spidey Claw?
Spider claws.
Spider Claws.
That illustration was cool.
Yeah.
I almost asked you if I can have it.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's at home.
All right, send it over.
All right, so
That'll take 4 months.
but I got to thinking about that's right. I feel so bad for people. I got to thinking like, what if Wolverine was bitten by a radioactive spider and his healing factor like recognized the changes as it's not harming him. It's helping
Yeah,
him.
so it didn't heal him.
It
It just began. I mean,
like-
that would be cool.
like amplify, like took like yes. So imagine having spider sense and the sense of smell.
And also the berserker rage. He'd be the ultimate killing machine.
All right, right. So imagine having the agility and spidey sense with the fighting skills and indestructible bones and healing factor.
Mm.
And imagine this. So imagine that the third claw was actually attached to his web shooting ability, and the claw shot out like at the end of the web. He could like retract it back and forth.
You know, you should have been running Marvel Amalgam in the 90s because this is better than Spider-Boy.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, this is much
Yeah,
better.
like that would have been a thing. And it would have because that Dark Claw was pretty cool.
Dark
yeah,
Claw
Dark
was
Claw was
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody wants like Wolverine acting like a detective. We want him to be able to go berserker,
Yeah.
right?
Can I just say, Andrew?
Yeah.
That's what she said.
More webs, less tongue.
Shout out the Marvel show. Live from Dave's place.
Do your Venom.
Eddie, I'm hungry.
That's More really webs, great.
Less tongue, Eddie. It's a little bit of the bug from Men in Black.
Yeah, I hear
It's
that.
just mixed in there.
I am so mad at comic book YouTubers. They are so annoying.
Thank you.
That's literally Dave. That's like those social media influencers saying that they hate social media influencers.
Yeah. By the way,
Oh, no,
Amber,
it's the other kind, not the Dave kind.
I got it.
Amber wants
The
to
ones
know,
that are annoying me, just them.
Amber wants to know thoughts on Craven. I don't have to move my bowels right now, so I can't give you any.
All right, so here I have. He thinks it's poo.
Retroverse in the building. What's up?
So here's what I would say. When I first saw the trailer, I was like into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just was that simple. I just was happy to see something.
Sure.
I thought it was leaked at an interesting time.
Yes.
And I mean like fully leaked, like on purpose.
Yeah.
And I can't remember why I had that thought, but I think it had to do with the Flash. But are we doing that?
No, we're saying thank you, Retroverse.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm thanking Retro.
Oh yeah, morning, bud. Yeah,
Yeah.
Manu is a legend. And
Oh.
the going back and watching after I saw a few comments and realizing that he got his power from drinking the blood of a lion or something.
He was pretty much Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part, wasn't cool. And I think for whatever reason these movie studios just sometimes like really struggle with origin stories.
Oh yeah.
And they struggle with like can you just believe that the people who are making comic book origin stories like they were like the experts in doing that, and just don't mess with it, like stay close to it.
They could take a cue from I would say unarguably, but I guess it's arguably the greatest superhero origin story ever.
Craven?
No, Unbreakable.
I thought he was going to say Into the
Oh, yeah, Unbreakable is terrific.
Unbreakable is the greatest. Do you think? Did you see that movie when it came out?
Yes, I did.
And
Yeah,
no,
I know
it's
was a
so
comic-
good.
And that's the thing. Nobody knew it was gonna be a comic book, inspired by comic books. And
Right.
you watch that movie and you're like, do you imagine if some of these studios took that approach of like maybe making the movie called Kravinoff and it's like a really appealing movie to everybody, and then it becomes this huge comic book origin story? I don't get it. You watch that trailer and
Wait, I didn't say that.
and
What the heck is that?
It feels like watching that Craven trailer made me stupider. Like I'm watching it, I'm just like, I feel dumb.
Guys,
Yeah.
But
there's a comment in the chat that says Apocalypse, I'm with you, and it's from me, and I did not write that.
No, I thought he said. Oh, I do see that.
that's weird.
No. No. What? I did not write that.
Well, he is the eternal wave that beats upon the shore. So
Swish.
Okay.
I like Swish. I guess Swish was agreeing with me on Unbreakable. Yeah, Joker's fantastic. Also, another great origin story, and it flips everything on its head.
I was agreeing with the Pac, and it auto-corrected. I was so shook for a minute. I was like, no, that's not all right. Somebody help me figure this out. Oh my gosh, a Pac. Oh, a Pac crack. It auto. Okay. Whew. There you go.
That's funny.
That was wild.
You're hacked. Yeah, I'm smiling to stay awake.
I just want
Justin, give us 15 more minutes.
All right.
He wants you to go. He wants you to be streaming until Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm with you. Just remember, it's 2 a.m. where I'm at, and I've been up since
Dude,
5:20 a.m.
you are a young man. You have the blood of spider claws flowing through you.
The
all
blood
right?
of the
No,
lion.
it's not plural. Spider claw.
My bad. I'm sorry. You know,
Because the W is the blades.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
It's not called Spider-Man.
I effed that up.
Got
Oh,
oh yeah. Forrest thought I was like
You might be able to. There might be a way for streaming.
spider claws like Santa Claus.
Ho ho ho!
I feel obligated to make sure people know what we're talking
Are
about.
you saying spider claws?
Yeah.
Oh
Sometimes
my!
I forget.
I have a
everyone is like-
symbiote Santa hat. I can't wait for December to come back so I can wear that
You had
again.
that last year, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't wear it. Did I wear it? I don't remember. There it is. Spider
Spider
claw.
Spider claws.
Let's see if I can get this.
He's gonna stab you with spider claws. Dice and slice. He's real nice, but his name is Spider Claw. Look out! Here comes a spider claw.
There we go. Anyways, it's not focusing. I'm sorry, guys.
This is the greatest variety show of all time.
Yeah.
Spider claws. Ho! Now I have a machine gun. Ho! Ho! Ho!
Dang, I need
I
to
like
watch
your
more stuff.
Good
Oh, thank
signature.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. At first, I didn't realize it was you. I was like, "Who signed that?"
Well, growing up, I had to forge my dad's signature on our report cards, our weekly report, conducts or whatever, because my parents divorced between 3rd and 4th grade, and I couldn't get my dad to wake up to look at anything. And he would do this E.L. and then it was U scribble, and then lines under his name. And so that became a part of my actual signature
That's cool.
after that.
I like that.
So
I was a big autograph collector as a kid, so I'm fascinated by
Fascinated.
autographs.
Yeah. And then I did start drawing not long after that. And so
Mhm.
there was a desire to have, a signature that would be aesthetically pleasing.
Sure. Yeah, I love looking at like the difference between autographs and signatures, and there's a whole nice little. Yeah, it's nice to look at
It's
that.
nice
stuff.
to have the autograph expert.
Yeah, that's
Say
me.
something.
See, CGC $999,000 a year. I'm your guy.
He
I
stole
work
my
hard.
number.
I'm surprised the director of Logan said anything to the press, though. I do agree with him about what?
Probably
What?
writer strike.
Oh, James Mangold. I mean, James Mangold. He's doing
The 54 people watching right now,
Mhm.
I'd like to know what color socks you have on.
Oh gosh.
Manu's
Right.
just Manu
I'll
is
start.
literally, this is the kind of interview question he would ask.
Hashtag
I'll
no
start.
sock. Hashtag
No,
no.
if you don't have socks on, you just say no socks. Amrit
Black.
says gray. Amrit's got gray socks on. Amrit's still with us.
You're like
What a
Stripe.
trooper.
You're wearing
trooper.
like Adidas striped socks.
Barefoot in the hizzy. I respect it. No
Now,
socks.
now
Venom
the
Collector
socks
says.
are on the stream. He's got
Oh, the socks are out.
mint and black white socks.
There's a lot of people with the free. You know what was really happening. I wanted to imagine all the feet. You know, I'm an only feets guy. Gotcha.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is going to become the truth, and it's not. It's just
so
a
weird.
joke.
The Marvel
But
show
this is
just got
good.
way more marvelous.
You just
Yo.
had to show you my socks live on air.
Anything's
Yeah,
possible.
you did it
on
for
West
me,
Coast.
man. You did it for me.
West Coast,
You fed my
Coast.
fetish.
Oh,
You
God.
fed me.
There
You
goes the
creep.
gang symbol.
I'm telling you,
Freedom feet.
sliding right on into the gutter.
This is
Mine are.
like,
I have black ones on.
You signed up for this. You entered into
I
this.
knew that was
house.
coming.
Yeah.
I knew
Nude.
it was coming.
Hashtag nude. I love it.
The Dave Enger
Wait.
Castle is a place of only gutters.
Yeah.
Wait, a pop crack. Are you wearing nude color socks? Because wouldn't those be like
Stockings?
stockings?
Yeah, stockings.
No, he has no socks on.
Forest Moon says, "I'll send you my sock for a
It's
dollar,
not
only if
stocking
it's
something.
worn and unwashed."
Yes,
Okay.
Patrick, I'm with you. Don't let the covers fall off the feet.
Feet finder. Was there a foot fetish in Boomerang?
She,
I
he-
think there
no,
definitely.
it's not a no. It's not a
Boomerang.
foot. It's not a foot fetish. He's with this girl overnight. She's amazing, but when he wakes up, her foot is hanging out of the bed, and it's an ugly foot.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like-
Who was that actor? Who was the guy?
Was it Eddie Murphy?
That was Eddie. Wow, I don't remember that scene.
And he like just slid out of the bed. That's what I haven't seen
Forgot
it
about
as a
it.
kid, but that's what I remember.
Speaking
You
of,
referenced that before. Yeah, I remember.
Also, don't forget Mia Wallace and the foot massage that got Tony Rocky Horror thrown out of a building in Pulp Fiction, even though it wasn't true.
I don't.
I didn't know that. I have no
I'll
idea.
be the
No
one
one's
that-
wearing like red socks.
Yeah. I watched
There's
it.
a lot going on in that movie that we weren't meant to understand. I
Yeah.
saw that movie with my grandmother.
That makes a lot of sense. Explains everything. Quite the grandmother. Huh?
Yeah, she's great. She's great. Grandparents are awesome for the most part.
Yeah.
Who is Kaiser? Who's
Kazar.
Kazar?
Kazar's the Savage Land kind of,
Yeah.
hulking
Kazar.
dude.
Yeah. Blonde hair.
You know, it's funny. I always said it
Almost
was
a Tarzan.
Kazar, but people call him Kazar.
Really?
Yeah, I still think it's Kazar.
When you're reading it in the South and no one's pronouncing it for you.
Yeah. And he's got, what's his cat's name? What's the saber-tooth cat's
I
name?
can't remember.
Meow meow.
Meow meow.
That's the name? Yeah, I mean,
No, but I just said it.
Who was the artist on the first one?
On the
Because it was.
it's probably
It's
not.
It's not Campbell, huh?
Oh no, that's way before. You're thinking of
Is it way before Campbell?
yeah, like Kazar or Kazar is
Oh.
X-Men issue like 10, his first appearance.
Steph can't find the. I think the
The
Van
one-
Eaton. Wait,
it's VE Galleries, I think. VE Galleries. But and by the way, the link to my YouTube for tomorrow night is just click on me.
oh, I was about to say you didn't post a link. I would have put it in my
No.
story.
Zabu's the cat name. Thank
Zabu,
you.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Oh, Kirby. Well, yeah, that's right.
Zabu's a dope
Kazar is pre
That's not what
everything.
I'm thinking about. I'm thinking.
But I was his first appearance in the Silver Age is I guess is X-Men 10 or whatever.
I want a pet cat.
Here, it's the '90s book that was issued. It was like must have been a like a restart.
Yeah, like a
issue
third
one.
volume or fourth volume.
Yeah.
What's everybody's favorite comic book? Like single favorite comic book. Doesn't matter if you've read it or not, just what's your favorite comic book?
Mine's Spider-Man #1, the silver cover. That's like my all-time favorite book of all time. The one that you gave away today.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd put that. I think that's probably my second favorite. Wolverine #1, 1988.
I still own my actual physical favorite one. It's the silver one in the poly bag with the big red number 1 on it that says, special edition first issue.
$2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like that thing lives inside me.
Yeah, I used to have my original copy of number 1, the regular cover, and I got it signed by Todd, and I gave it to my friend in Italy, Gianluca.
Adam Carver.
Oh,
Gianluca.
Yeah, Gianluca Siri.
That's the
What is Spectacular Spider-Man 101? Which cover is that?
Is that the Green Goblin green foil cover? Or is that 100?
I just sold that book.
Congratulations. I give you a medal.
Thanks. It was a 9.8. Oh no, it's the negative space one, the black and white one with him all upside down in the sink and everything. What a sick book. That's a sick book. So we should throw that on the screen. Harbinger number 1. I didn't even know what that was for a while.
I really hope Patrick's being serious because that is some good that's a deep cut right there. First Valiant
Burn
book
negative space.
Valiant book. Oh, the Burn. Oh, that's Web of Spider-Man 101. I thought it was Spectacular. Oh, is it?
No, I just looked up
Well,
Spectacular
it's
Spider-Man.
no,
It is.
I was thinking.
Flipped
I'm
upside
sorry.
down.
I was thinking of Web of Spider-Man.
It's
and
his,
Spectacular.
it's his IG.
Yeah,
profile
no.
pic.
I know. I'm confused. My brain's confused.
Facts, Justin. Facts.
Gosh, that's actually a really tough question. If I owned
Yes,
it,
Venom. Yes.
Yeah.
If I owned it,
Fair enough.
if it's just a comic that I've enjoyed, the comic that I enjoyed rereading over and over again was the X-Overs and X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because they were a great story. Just as a kid.
Well, I mean,
they had holograms on the front of them. And, and
I know what
you
you
guys
Executioner.
see?
Not Executioner. It's the one after that.
Yeah.
With the Wolverine, Gambit, the Magneto.
Right. And then when Wolverine gets his adamantium ripped out, like that was a big thing for me as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Wolverine number 1, the ongoing series, the Buscema cover where he's standing on the pile of bodies, like that thing was just everything to me when I was a kid, and it's still a great run that I love.
Mm-hmm.
But then Todd Spider-Man number 1, probably the second. William's favorite. Okay, so that's Ghost Rider number 1. X-Men 300. Yeah, that's a great cover. I can't say that Spider-Man number 1 is my favorite because I don't even remember reading the comic. It was just the cover. It was just the art. Yeah,
was so grappling.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we were polarized by that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is the '88 Wolverine?
You're a Polaroid.
Are we talking retro? Are we talking the back cover, the gallery? Oh yeah, that was the first Wolverine gallery. So it's like a black and white split background with Wolverine, popping the claws, and it's such a that whole book is amazing because like he's not even Wolverine in it. He's Patch. He's Logan and Patch, and it's such a fantastic book. X-Men 25
That's what he's talking about. I believe it's the same issue.
Oh yeah. With the hologram. Yeah. Wolverine Limited 3, Sad Wolvie. Yeah, Sad Wolvie's great. I like Spider-Man Annual 2 with Sad Spidey, the Ditko one where it's like the 3 faces of Spidey.
Right.
And he's just sad. He's depressed, he's apathetic, and sad. Yeah, the backs. Yeah.
I misplaced the comic book.
I liked Age of Apocalypse, but I had to because that was all during that season.
96 issues of that crossover.
NFL Super Pro.
Oh my God, the Super Pro comic. That thing is amazingly bad.
That's funny.
Yeah. But those
Guys,
are yes.
Look at sorry, I'm not even on the screen.
You're just a little dot with a sound bite.
Have you guys seen this cover?
Who is she? What is she?
It's Symbiote Spider-Man number 1. It says King in Black over here, so it's part of the King in Black storyline. But like, it's incredible artwork. It looks vintage. Like, look how dope that Spidey is. The artist, I just I knew this yesterday, and I didn't know the artist. It's like Superlog is the company that did the variant, so I didn't actually do the research to find out who the artist was, but I would love to know because it's incredible looking.
What are the 5 key abilities?
Yeah, so it talks about that, right? The 5 key abilities in the black costume. It says responds to the host's thoughts. Okay, so that's one of them, right? Organic web shooter because it comes out of that little white spot rather than have the thing. shape-shifting and camouflage, because we all see the suit just comes and goes. I'm going to get to this one last. And then wall crawling, but it says mimicking the host ability. So anything Spider-Man could do, it could do. But storage is one of the coolest ones, right? Like it could swallow anything and just exist in there. And that's like a really cool element. But this cover, I almost bought it in a 9.8 because it was like $60, but I thought, what's the point of that? I paid $5 for this and I'm just as happy. Like, why do you need it in a 9.8? I mean, this might be a 9.8. Who knows? I just wanted the book.
Would the chat like to see me try and stump Justin and Manu with a trivia question about Spider-Man?
Heck yeah. Well, I've failed already, but yeah.
All right. So we all know that when Peter or anybody, or Peter is wearing the suit, the regular suit. No, the regular suit.
Red and blue suit.
Yeah. When he does this, it's thwip. When he's wearing the symbiote, what 4-letter onomatopoeia does it make?
Wow. Hold on. I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to think.
Is it like C? Is it?
It's the same sound that it makes when he throws a tracker on Venom, a spider tracker. It's a 4-letter onomatopoeia. Starts with the same letter that it ends with.
Pisp.
No, it's plip. Plip.
Dang.
Blip. It's almost because I think the way I always kind of read it as a kid is that when the symbiote's being worn, it's almost stealthy. So it makes a sound that's like,
Got you. Like it's got a silencer on.
Yeah, exactly. You're falling asleep.
I'm literally asleep.
Yeah.
While we're sitting here.
I'm literally asleep, he says. I don't need to be here anymore, this situation.
Oh, sorry. Watch me go to sleep.
And this is called the Spidey Sleep Show.
This is where I listen.
Sleepy hits.
The viewership has gone from 105 to 51. Everyone is calling it a night. This is where I get sad.
I am.
But I'm going to go take a long walk. Listen, Dave has emailed me our 4th episode of the podcast. It's about an hour long.
You're is it safe for you to be out there?
He's in the middle of it.
I almost got ran over by an animal last time.
See? Never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
By the way, it was a cat driving a truck.
Honk, honk. But she was just as scared as me. Okay, I can't blame the cat. We both didn't know we were around the corner. In any case, so I'm probably just going to. Well, hopefully these still have a charge. Oh, I have another pair. I got another pair of these now. They're not charged yet, but anyway.
Good for you.
Yeah. They were actually my brother bought them from my father. My father was like, I don't want these. And I said, well, I can use a backup. So they're mine.
Man.
That was the story.
But I'm going to walk around in the middle of the night listening to the podcast. That's what I'm going to do. Don't come looking for me, please.
Yep. Looking forward to it as well. If I have any friends, Marvel card friends especially, on the island of Victoria, that's not the whole island.
It's
where I'm going to be at.
Yeah.
Canada, yeah. Like shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm going to have a little time Saturday. So
I think there's at least maybe a comic shop. There is definitely at least 2 comic shops out there because Chip Zdarsky just did a signing out there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's see if I can pop into one of those places at some point. So Dave, man.
Oh, man.
What a surprise. You had no idea I was coming.
I had no clue. I was just like, wow, my name's Dave. I hope everybody's marvelous. No, this was amazing. Like this whole thing, we knew it was happening. It was amazing because like I'm meeting you in person and like you got in my car and I was like, whoa, this is real. Like you are like, it's not just a voice on a screen.
That's right.
And I'm sure it's the same way with me.
But maybe or maybe not with Manu. I don't know yet. So
he's kind of real.
Still waiting to find out. So I'm going to going to Victoria, Canada. We'll leave tomorrow. Spend the night here in Seattle with Dave, and which is cool. Got to do the Marvel show here, which I really enjoyed. Manu, great to be with you again.
Absolutely. You guys have a wonderful night. I won't end the stream and then call Dave and interrupt your night. You guys have your night.
Look, I can sleep. I promise I can sleep anyways.
I'm okay. I've been talking for 3.5
hours. I think everyone knows where to find us.
Yeah.
Here. You know, hit that like button for us if you like this video. Like me hanging out here at Dave's place. Make sure you check out Dave's stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
And You find him at West Coast Avengers on YouTube and Instagram, and
Mhm.
the news broadcasts at all times. Send him a bunch of messages on Instagram at the 9.9 Newsstand.
DM me everything you've got.
Yeah.
And thank you, everybody, for joining.
Yep.
Thank
It's
you
been a
so
blast.
much.
Yeah. Really appreciate you all. Thank you for your comments and your questions. Been fun. It's late,
Kisses and hugs. See you tomorrow.
but as always, I hope you have
A marvelous
day.
day.